Yeah, too long to figure that out. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, my first kid,
That's because Tusk, you're a baby.
he wouldn't latch on, and we later found out it was because he had a deviated septum, so he couldn't breathe if he was nursing. So we had to bottle feed him, but not the second one. The second one, that was his fave.
And Tusk,
Yes.
I don't mean a literal baby. I mean you're just, like
Young.
Too young.
young.
Yeah, what's called? Say that with what's called? I watched 4 kids.
Yes, you watch 4 kids. You didn't give birth to 4 kids.
Yeah, what's called? I had was pretty much live with them and what's called? Put them to sleep, raise them, just not give birth to them.
How old were they when you
That's a
started?
form of birth.
Huh?
Kinda. How old were they when you? How old were they when you started watching them?
Birth. My cousin, baby, I live with all of them, but what's called? Most of them was called. I put them to sleep almost every other night, and then freaking. Huh? No.
Just kidding.
It's like no. I gave him what's called 100 milligrams of melatonin, and say, "Hey, shut up."
My son takes melatonin, and he's like, he woke me up, and he was like, "Can you make me some food?" And I'm like, "Dude, I got 2 hours sleep." He's like, "You can take melatonin when you're done." I'm like,
Oh my God.
why do you have melatonin?
I don't normally need it, but
Yeah,
being
he's
pregnant, I've totally gotten like insomnia lately. So normally I could just go right back to sleep, like get up and then just knock it right off. Jason hates it because I close my eyes and I'm out.
Oh yeah, it drives me nuts.
And it's been crazy lately with the pregnancy because I wake up and I'm awake for like the next hour. Like, why? Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. And my brain's like, no, we're going to think about why water is blue. I'm like, no, you don't want to think about why water is blue. Just go to sleep. And it's like, no, potato, ching chong, tomato. And I'm like, no, just go to sleep. And that's my brain for an hour.
The struggle is real.
Yep.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, I felt sorry for my Friday game because I was watching them and it was called. I was DMing. Yeah, I'm over here like, stop. Having to like, it's called talk to them and then talk to the party. Like, hold up, give me 1 second. I felt so sorry for them. I was like, God.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are just like absolute like, those kids that are too smart for their own good.
You mean like all of them?
That's called like and the devious, the freaking devious too. I'm like, nope. I was like, you guys are too quiet.
You're talking about everybody 30 and younger. Yeah.
You mean all of them?
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to see my new puppy?
Yes.
Okay. Is this the one you saved?
Yes.
From, yeah.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Prepare for baby talk. Aww.
My new puppy.
Look at him.
A floof.
Oh, baby.
He's a good buttot. Oh, he's a good buttot.
A floof.
This is so cute. This is Umbra.
Umbra.
Yes, I was trying to find synonyms for Shadow. Because I have a Queensland healer and his name is Shadow and he's just like follows around and he's a little shadow and she does the exact same thing.
She does.
So
of course it may have to do with something with, called saving it from death. So
yes.
That always helps.
I saved her from the brink of death. Kind of like Apollo.
Our dogs
Again
are very close
and
to
again.
us because we saved him.
So you just gonna call him Apollo then?
No.
Hey,
her name is Umbra.
you guys want to see Ivar get lit up? Watch this. Hey, Ivar. Hey, Ivar.
Yeah.
How was Thanksgiving?
Oh man, fucking bullshit.
Dude.
Out of all the days, right?
Right?
How long was your power out for?
You guys got it worse than me, but like in the middle of cooking Thanksgiving dinner, so like 11 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night.
That's pretty bad from a dinner standpoint. I mean, it was only out for an hour and a half at the Sydney house, but the big ranch, it was out for 36 hours.
36
but do you like they know what day that was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, but I don't think they really had any control of it anymore.
Yeah, they did have control of it. They could have fixed this shit so they don't have to do this. Like, cut the branches back.
You can almost see the metal key on his back just winding.
Fucking stupid people, man. Oh, dude, I was on my Facebook going like, fuck everybody that works for SCE. I hope you have a shitty fucking Thanksgiving. Fuck you.
Well, considering they were at work, I think they were having a shitty fucking Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, they weren't. They were getting double time and a half for that shit. Don't even get it wrong. Making plenty of money. All they need to do is get a saw and cut branches. That's your job. That's your job. Your job's not to turn off my power. Your job's to cut a branch away from an electrical line. Do your fucking job.
All of the weeks leading up.
You're gonna get a lot of hate mail for that, by the way.
All of the weeks leading up to, like the last week, we had power crews coming out constantly out in Juniper.
Last week, babe?
No, we had all of the Jason, you didn't listen to what I said. I said all of the time up to last week,
months.
We had power crews coming out and replacing poles and checking lines and doing all of that stuff. So if we hadn't have, we probably would have been down for a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing they did is they re-engineered all the wire connections to the poles. I mean, they probably dropped 20 million plus into that neighborhood. They put so much time and effort, and the power was still out for 36 hours.
Well,
so either the fire risk was so high that they shut us down, and they shut down an entire area, because my understanding is the hardest part is bringing areas back online is the hard part. That's what I've always heard. It's not like you flip a single switch. You have to go to all the stations, make sure that they're ready to go, and then you have to flip one on, run it for a while, then flip the next one on, run it for a while, flip the next one on.
Yeah, it's real hard to flip a switch.
Oh, you know what, you angry Viking.
You know what? When they took that away from the government, I knew we were screwed. When they privatized electricity, I knew we were screwed.
Did they do that in your lifetime?
Back in my day. Okay, here we go. Now it's time for old person member berries.
Yeah, way back in the olden days, we used to have normal electricity.
We used to pedal our single gear cycles to keep our houses lit.
The guy with the all white hair and beard's talking shit. Okay.
Right?
Don't forget, it was uphill both ways in the snow.
To school, yeah.
School.
They tilted it when we were walking in, and they said, "Well, fuck them," and we're going to tilt it back. Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. As you can see, we had a very eventful Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We finally ate.
I'm going to leave a raw turkey out in front of SCE.
Oh, and we busted ass at the big house, too. We were like, we had it clean, and it was all set to have like a really good time, and it was awesome.
Even prepped to get the gurney
and then
bring my grandma
right
over.
at 3:50 in the morning when the power went out, I was like, yep, there we go. Let's pack up the cars and take it to another house. And then I had to stay at the big house because of all the animals, because if we did end up having a fire, I'd have to let everything out because I didn't want them to get, crispy crittered. If we did, and then the wind was howling at like 60 miles per hour, tearing everything apart.
Oh, the pool looked horrific.
Yeah, it's just now. It took this is Monday. Mm-hmm. It took almost 4 or 5 days to finally get that thing like kind of clean, and now it's got to get re-chemicaled and everything.
Yeah.
Did you put your pool boy shorts on to do that?
He does.
I put on my pool boy booty shorts and my crop top.
And then Callista laid out on her lounge and watched you.
Yeah, she rubbed
the beads of sweat on your body.
And she's wriggling a big pregnant belly.
I can't lay down on my lounge right now because the spa tipped over and crushed
it fell on the lounge and crushed it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Because we had the spa
sad.
up on rollers.
Because we had the spa up on rollers.
Yeah.
On its side, and the wind blew it over.
Oh.
Onto my favorite chair.
Yeah.
So
well, there's Christmas is coming up.
The one that we stole from a car thief.
We didn't steal it. He left it in my car when my car was recovered.
Let's go to the beach and steal that car.
So Callista's truck got stolen, and then when it got recovered, it was full of stolen goods that the cops didn't want. So when we went and collect the truck,
that's all our stuff.
We get it from the towing yard, and we're looking at the back of our truck. There was like a $200 Yeti style cooler. There was like tools.
Score.
Oh, it was crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, whoever did that, steal my car.
Complete free, complete brand new socket set.
Fucking tweakers, man. Tweakers. Yeah. I think Valev is running a bit late, but I figured our nice little casual banter about how much we love our electricity infrastructure because it is required for living, and how important Friendsgiving is, and celebrating a day of recognition of those that like to eat to the point of diabetes and comatose style football watching, because that is what life is all about, folks.
America!
That.
Speaking of diabetes, I am not gestationally diabetic.
That's good. So get on that watermelon, girl.
I got pie.
You gotta play catch up.
I got pie for Thanksgiving. I mean,
she had pie for Thanksgiving. She did.
Well, that's good.
I don't see.
At least I got that.
We need a turkey. Where's a turkey?
We don't have a turkey.
Well, I'm trying to find one of the little emotes. There's not one with a turkey.
Well, I'll find this one at some point and I'll put it in there. We'll call it the Callista emote, the turkey emote.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there he is. That sexy beast. He's on a gray on gray background. He's
meow.
He's a look at he's all shadowy. He's still remote because he's got latency. There's latency, folks. And he's muted.
There's normally latency with this mobile setup.
Yeah, I could tell you were getting frustrated last night.
Oh man.
You were getting
and then I just have to deal with it. And then I died. And then I didn't have anything to do, and it was perfect. I didn't have to do anything. I was like, "You mother!" Maybe it's the dice gods.
He face palmed the villain, and the villain got so pissy he disintegrated him, and it cast a disintegration spell for 76 points of damage.
Exactly.
Jenkins had exactly 76 hit points.
So you're dead?
You're immediately turned to dust.
It was a one shot. It was a one shot.
Oh, it was a one shot.
It was a one shot.
Yeah, I was dusted. But the cool thing was she still brought me back, and I got to hang out with the demigod, and we were just chatting and commentating on the fight that was going on. So I still was in the initiative order, just chatting
just got
with
to talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just hanging out with the god. I was like, well, I mean, I guess I'm like your assistant now or whatever. Let's
you
go
could do the you could be the color man. You could be the color man.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see, because those characters are now going to be
canon
in her universe, the Shannon canon. Yeah.
The Shannon
so I'm excited to see how those at some point there's going to be a demigod that makes an appearance that has an assistant named Jenkins, and by golly, I hope that episode happens.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That is fucking Laugh Riot. That was fun. That was a fun game. I had fun playing that one.
I had fun watching that one.
So happy Monday, everybody. We are almost tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow for Denizens and Their Masters. We will be picking our monthly winners tomorrow for online. If you haven't already, go to our Discord, enter into the giveaway channels. We're giving away the Dragon Book from D&D Beyond. We're giving away some miniatures and some dice. And then we will be resetting the giveaways for Christmas. Hopefully we'll have some Christmas themed stuff to be given away for December. Our schedule is going to be very much all over the place in a couple weeks. All of our Twitch shows will be taking a 2-week hiatus. And we will be shutting the studio down for the 2-week break. I will be on for creative pop-ups, and we'll be playing some reruns. And I am going to be editing and cleaning up the very first episode of Denizens. I'll be doing the same thing with Faerun. And I'm going to, for 1 week, we're going to play the first episode of all the shows just to kind of, just for a little bit of fun. Wow. We are in the arc. We are in the main arc of Faerun Reborn. So every session, we pretty much will be digging deeper and deeper into the final kind of arc of this campaign. But hey, before we get started with our recap, everything you need to know about us is down below. Be sure to click on our family of creators. If you can afford to support, please sub. We could use all the help you can give us. If not, spend some of that Bezos money. We'll take that, no problem. Follow, that helps as well. Or chat about us out in your social space. That helps in quite amazingly well as well. When we started over 7 months ago, we started with 21 followers and no subscribers. We're almost up to 400 followers. I'm not sure what our subscriber count is because I hardly ever pay attention to it.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, you're the first one, actually. Whenever you type in chat, you have the first indicator of our very first subscribers. So, hey, Monday night, Faerun Reborn. Tuesday night, Denizens and Their Masters. Tuesday evening or afternoon, depending on where you are, Titans Revival. Wednesday, The Descendants. Thursday, starting this Thursday, from 6 to 9 or 5 to 8, I got to get with Enigma and find out. We have a Star Wars RPG we're kicking off. As soon as I know the title, I get to play. I'm playing Dana Halfpint. And Dana Halfpint's a very good smuggler, and he's very good at all the things that he does. And my companion droid is RU-69. And it's my favorite droid. And I'd appreciate if you wouldn't laugh at my smuggling. I smuggle well. By the way, does anybody have anything I can smuggle? I need to smuggle something. I'm poor.
I have something you can smuggle.
No, you're already smuggling something for him.
Yeah, technically she's smuggling the outcome. However, we have not thought up of a name for the campaign yet. So I got to get with Enigma, get all that detail posted in the abouts, and we'll get that added to the schedule. This Friday is a level 10 one shot this Friday. And then we'll be taking the weekend off, except for Sunday. We're taking Saturday off. Age of Arcanum wrapped up a couple weeks ago, so we do not have a replacement game for that yet. I'm not sure what I'm doing on that yet. But I'm putting together another possibility, another possible table, but I'm thinking of some themes. I'm even thinking of going into the public space of Wikidom and building a Marquette themed game in honor of my favorite content that I like to follow. One of my favorite. I have lots of favorites, actually. It's kind of my curse. But Sunday will be Debtor's Gambit because we will be back from our baby moon by Sunday. We're going to evidently, since she's letting me do the Friday one shot, I guess our baby moon is Saturday, right? We're doing the baby one, or I'm joining the one shot, so it still counts as our baby moon. Gotcha. Because that's something that I want to do too. So Debtor's Gambit on Sunday from 1 to 4. And then the Absent Throne, which is our live in-studio game that we're running, which is an all-custom world, the custom world of Kalisha on the continent of Luna Verde. Having a lot of fun with that, actually. A lot of new, very new players in that game. And if you really want to get
so adorable.
If you really want to get a kick out of what it's like to watch brand new players get thrown into an open world and a very dynamic world, watch that. It's a lot of fun watching them learn, watching them grow, and their characters evolve. And and I get the feeling when I'm watching them play, they're playing very differently for the first time. So it's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, that's our lineup. We are going to have some schedule changes next year. Grain Lands will be back after this weekend. And I have a couple more games that we might be bringing to you on the channel as well. Things are getting very busy here. 2022 is going to be a very busy year for me. I'm running a lot more private games these days. I added another private Monday game. I have another private game on the decks. And then I have 2 private one-shots that I'll be running, and these are all paid-to-play tables that I earn my basic living from. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. Help me, help me, help me, help me. Somebody help me. Somebody grow 2 more. Oh wait, no, Callista's already growing 1 more of me. So, yeah. And it's unfortunate. It's going to be just like me and quite insane. So where we last left off,
it's going to have a lot of me in it too.
Well, right now you have a lot of me and you.
At least 50% of me.
So let's talk about where we last left off, because the Chimera Company has matured. They have reached the zenith of finally, or possibly, bringing peace to the Kingdom of Bith, the greater lands nearby, both from a standpoint of Gulshah's family that runs the many different nomadic tribes of the deep Chultian jungles or desert far to the south. There's also those that have been getting kind of involved from the deep north of the Anarok Desert, and this has proven to be a good alliance. And things are beginning to come together. All the suffering, all the trials, all the tribulations, the shift in power, and the understanding of this strange contraption called the Refraction Cube. And what does it mean about Lady Kai Silverhand's mother, Lady Silverhand, who seemed to dabble not only in Planier Shift, but it's quite possible 250 years ago during the Time Rift Wars, or during the Rift Wars, that she was dabbling with time even back then. Did she know all this was going to happen? Did one of the versions of her finally make it all the way to the point that she could influence the outcome of what's about to happen? We don't know, because the piece of the fractured library or academy still lies deep within the Jasper mines, and a vision that young Velev had of the different Merkle avatars. The creator of the bestial avatar, the bestial avatar, has been defeated. A old companion from many months ago, almost a year ago, known as Beloy, obviously was consumed and ravaged by the Merkle god to be forced into doing its bidding. The great beast herder, the great beast maker, finally sundered, brought down. This particular avatar's host or contributor to this, Ixeldrith, was brought down by the Chimera Company as well. However, Velev was given a vision through interacting with the gauntlet that was thrown to the ground of other avatars. There are 4 additional ones. There is one waiting within the old village or old tenements of the Jasper mining colony. There was another one, I believe, in the summoning pits. There was another one that was amongst the body of the slavers, the great horde or the army that the slavers have created and brought into existence. And then there was the final one that was trying to figure out the astral lathe and the components of the Fractured Academy. This has come full circle for the Chimera Company. Upon defeating Ixildrith and the first Avatar, they found themselves back into Whist, and while traveling towards Whist, they passed the great Fort Chimera. And there in the fairgrounds, they saw a very familiar individual for the first time in a very long time. It was Max. Max had come down from the Anarok Desert after being gone for many months and has subsequently changed. He has become whatever it is he meant to become by traveling to the old capital city of the Red Wizards of Thay. And however he's managed to recover the arcane power upon which him and his friends seem to be able to use, he did one of the most incredible things anyone's ever seen at this point. It would seem Max was able to turn back time. And pointing in the great arcane fire that had become Scourge's life and twisting the very elements of time itself. Sorry, Scourge. Scourge is from somewhere else. Scourge.
Sorry. Important
was brought back into legendary existence. And as the small form of the massive dragon was seen flying about in the far horizon, Max turned to his companions and said, "Let's get this done." And that's where we last left off. You guys are back in Whist. The army is forming around you. The sense of a desperate gambit being put together, the sight of people still wounded, packing up their gear, saddling up wagons. The fairgrounds is now just a busy mire of exhausted individuals, Templars, soldiers of Whist, Crownsguard, the Bearkin soldiers freshly getting their mounts ready. It's almost nighttime. They do not seem to be hesitating at this point. There is a sense of urgency. There's a sense that with the arrival of Max and his limited forces, the defeat of the great creature horde that was attempting to take over the Life Grove and make its way in, and possibly the ruination of Whist being defeated, this sense of desperation now is turning into a sense of energy, a sense of, we can do this if we just try harder. The great rifle columns of Kai Silverhand's regiments begin to form up out of the Chimera Fort. Great long wagon trains filled with all manner of supply and equipment to get this army moving. It's early evening. Max is back with you. Everything is spinning quickly around you. But it's still been a while since any of you have taken a long rest.
Yeah. I think we're
yet to
tired.
milestone level up.
You are amongst the fairgrounds.
No, we did that level up because remember before the tree we had that
Correct.
long rest.
Yeah, you had the long rest
right,
before
that's what we
saving
did.
the tree. Yeah.
Perfect. That's right.
But it's now the beginnings of early evening. Max is quietly talking to a couple of his elemental companions as well as a couple of the Bearkin. You watch as groups of integrated forces, some Crown's Guards speaking with some of the Templars. You watch as some of the Chimera company run by Vimac are kind of commingling as their forces are beginning to arrive in numbers as well. Valev, your passive being as high as it is, at some point you lose sight of the image of Scorch. But you get the sense he's been brought back. You're not sure what that means yet, but he exists. You also feel a tug, like at the side of your side of your tunic. You look down to see a very small sprite of a tree, kind of crawling up the cuff of your sleeve and up onto your shoulder, as it appears one of the Dryad saplings, the remnant of Wilson, has decided to travel with you.
Mini Wilson.
Mini Wilson. Baby Wilson.
I am Wilson. I am Wilson.
Wilson Jr.
Baby Wilson.
I am Wilson. I am Wilson. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, baby Wilson.
Gonna have to make a little shoulder
Well,
saddle or something.
We just got back after
Little shoulder swaddle.
that whole
Saddle.
debacle. So, did we already meet Brackus? Or no, we had just gotten back, didn't we, and met?
Yeah, you just got back and noticed
It
that
was,
Max had returned.
Max and Silverhand that we've talked to so far. And Max just brought back
Turned
back the storm.
No, you haven't talked to Silverhand
Haven't
yet.
talked to Silverhand, but
Okay.
Max was talking to Silverhand. That's who was
Correct.
there.
But he's here with us right now, right? Like right.
I would say you can
Probably
see
10
that the
feet away.
main cadre or the core of the decision makers, the leaders, the captains, the sergeants, they're all collected here in the fairgrounds. You get the feeling that this is the nexus of those that are going to make the decision. And swirling on the perimeter of not only the perimeter of Whist and the area around Fort Chimera is the gradual kind of like readiness of everybody that's getting ready to march out into the night.
Okay. How long do we have? Because we still had like a day and a half left.
I mean, Brackus had told you they planned on marching in 2 days.
Okay.
So you get the feeling you're amidst the preparation of this process.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of going over to Fort Chimera then if somebody wants to make a report to Lord Silverhand and Brackus and Tamlin and them. And maybe stop by Verts for anything, antidotes, stuff like that we might have needed.
I can go talk to Silverhand and Brackus.
All right. Who wants to go over to Verts to get some supplies? Mainly antidotes, since we know we're going to be dealing with poison. A lot of poison. So much poison. Too much poison.
I'll go ahead and go get antidotes.
Yeah,
I'll go to
Apollo
Vert, too.
definitely needs things. Apollo needs lots and lots of things. And maybe like take Apollo to the blacksmith and see if there's anything, or maybe Vert has something. Apollo needs to not die again.
Is there a way to get immunity to poison?
I don't
Or
know.
immunity to death.
That's what I
Right?
wanted to go
Yeah, some
Yeah.
purple warm armor.
because our
Purple
smith
worm
was
armor or something. I mean,
our smith was making equipment out of
Working on
that black dragon that we were supposed to get.
we need something to stop Apollo from dying. Because
I'll
I am
go.
no longer a life cleric.
She is the cleric of death.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'll
can
go
with
to
you.
Fort
plan on
Chimera and check with our smith then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to Verts. He needs to know about.
I'll plan on
Scorpion
making
pack?
some healing potions
wait.
in the next few days.
Okay.
What did I grab in the necklace? I grabbed
The
that giant
one.
that
Yeah.
DM question.
Yep.
If I hand the necklace to Velev, will he be able to open it and bring the worm out, or does he have to attune to it to even open it?
Attunement.
It's attunement.
Yep.
Okay. Then tell Vert that I have another giant purple worm for him.
He'll be happy to hear it.
Yeah. And I'm.
What about you, Gulshaw? Where are you going?
Bullshaw, you should come talk to Brackus and Silverhand with me.
Okay.
So, who's going where? I've got Derek going to Vert or Tamlin.
I'm going to the Fort Chimera.
Okay, you're going to Fort Chimera.
Yeah.
Apollo and Kai, you're going to make. I know Kai said she wants to make.
Kai was coming to Silverhand.
Okay, Kai was going to go to Silverhand. Valed,
yeah,
you're
I want to
looking
talk
for
to
Vert,
my dad
right?
real quick.
Yep.
But
Me and Apollo are going to Vert.
Okay. So as you guys kind of begin to break off and go in your separate directions, I'm sorry, Irina, where did you say you were going?
Tamlin and Silverhand. Not Tamlin. Brackus and Silverhand.
So you're going with Derek then, because Brackus and Silverhand would be over at Fort Chimera at this point.
Oh, they left?
Okay.
Well, no, they're like, so Fort Chimera exists where it is, right? And then immediately around it is the fairgrounds.
Right.
So
I thought that's where we were.
Well, yeah, you're like out in front of Fort Chimera. So as you're standing
I
within
thought
the
we were
fort,
on Whist. Okay.
No, you were on your way to go to Whist, but you hadn't made it there yet. You had to pass through the fairgrounds to get into Whist. And that's why you would have learned that Brackus and Silverhand at this point.
Right.
So if you want to go talk to Brackus and Silverhand, that's where they are.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. And obviously Eric is heading that way. Kai would be heading that way as well because you want to talk to Lord Silverhand, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And Vlev, you're heading towards
Vert.
Yep.
Same.
So Gulshaw, as Arena goes to you to come along, there's a kind of a hand kind of grabs you by the arm to keep you from moving away, and it's Max. Max kind of leans in towards you and says, "Just a moment, please, Gulshaw. I'd like to speak with you."
Of course.
And you watch as Arena and Derek and Kai kind of disappear towards Fort Chimera. See where Valev is heading back into Whist. And Apollo, where are you going?
I am going to Valev.
Okay, so Valev and Apollo are heading into Whist to go speak with Vert. So as the group kind of dissipates and it's just you kind of left there, you look over. Ooh, I actually need you. Where'd you go? You look over at Max, and Max kind of looks at you and kind of steers you away from where all your friends are kind of drifting off in different directions. And then kind of brings you deeper into one of the like kind of tented pavilion areas where they're gradually being dismantled. And there's a series of crates. And he kind of points to one of them and he says, "Would you like a seat before we talk about this?"
I'll stand. What's wrong?
I'm not sure if it's a matter of what's wrong, but I thought that we could take a moment. Thought we could take a moment to discuss something.
All right.
Your faith is not all that dissimilar from how I view magic. The weave is so broken. I've managed to contain parts of the reality that me and my people use to cast magic. It's not infinite. It will run out. Your faith is linked to your gods, is it not?
Yes, of course.
So my question is for you, what are you willing to accomplish to bring that into existence?
Whatever it takes. I was supposed to be given something, but it was taken away from the person person was going to give it to me. And that person's god was told to give this item to me to help restore the weave, and it was taken by Merkel and his agents.
I believe that is what I sense. I think that is what is being used to try to activate the astral lathe within the Fractured Academy deep in the mines. That must be a target. And Gulshaw, I don't know how many of our friends are going to make it through this. The inevitability of fate is kind of wielding its sense of reality here. No matter how much death we pour into this chaos, the outcome seems inevitable. I've seen their forces, Gulshaw. There are far too many, and we are extremely too few.
I've always felt that we were, but what we do have could be used as a distraction. Why myself and my companions do what needs to be done to end this.
Well, we know destroying the Merkel avatars is paramount. We know that must be done. I will be committing my forces to the battlefield as part of that distraction. I plan on working with Scorch. That's why I brought him back. We are going to make a little trip to the hatchery where Philip is entombed. I have made some recent discoveries that I think will help us. I don't know if I can get it done in time, but I think it's worth the risk. I think the only thing that we can look forward to is time. Time is our only weapon here. It's all we have left. Can we hold long enough for you and the others to undo what's been done?
That I'm not sure of.
Gulshaw, what are you going to be willing to sacrifice for this?
Myself.
It may not be enough. The gods are watching us for the first time in almost 300 years. You and Arena have brought them back. Their word already spreads to places that have long given up hope. Great shadows and missing islands of people that have given up and are bereft of any opportunity now. The glimmer of hope comes back.
I've known my fate for a while now. I'm not meant to be here for very much longer. I would hope some of my friends could make it, but if they need to be sacrificed in order to save what we have here, then I'm sure they would.
I think for the first time, Gulshaw, me and you are on the same page. I don't know if what I plan to do is the right choice, but it feels to me like it's my only choice. I have become something else. What Max was is a dim memory of how I got here, and that's about it. What I've been learning over the course of the last 5 and 6 months has been a great deal about this old world we call Faerun. This place used to be hope, dreams. Great throngs of millions once inhabited these places. A great library known as Kendall Keep. Great capital cities of the south, the far north, and the deep west. beautiful islands known as the Moonshay Islands that held many populations of both nefarious and creative individuals. We used to be a world, Gulsha. We used to be something other than just feasting and living off the carrion of the old world, and we need to get that back. I go to secure it.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to gain access to the Refraction Cube. I need you to make sure that when you and your friends, our friends, travel to deal with the Merkle avatars, that cube is with you.
Very well. I'll obtain it.
And I think once you attune to it, it may reveal its secrets to you. For the longest time, I thought maybe it was arcane in nature. I do not believe it is. I believe it's faith that controls that, and I think that's why Vert and Tamlin have never been able to master what it can do. They dabble in natural magics, mechanical magics. With the death of the arcane weave, we've always assumed the random nature of this cube is undoing the world around us, and I think it's in the hands of the wrong people. I think that cube represents the faith of the Celestial Gate. That cube is bound to time. That cube is time. Figure out a way to unbind the 4 avatars, bring them together as a single entity, and then deal with the single entity. We can be done with this once and for all. We can have our world back. We can have our sense of hope. Families can blossom again. This insane shadow of doom will finally be lifted from all of us. But Gulsha, every time I look past the terminus of our choices, and I stare at a green, verdant land in the far future, none of us are there. None of us.
I suspected as much.
I don't know if that's the cost or the price. Or for all I know, it's just a bad fucking left-hand turn. I don't know.
Well, we will see, my friend. We will see.
Oh, before I forget, I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
He reaches into a pouch and he pulls out a small idol. It's a swirling flamed idol, and he hands it to you. It's a little creation of mine. I've been tinkering with some of what Kai can do, and her infusion magics have caused me to be a little bit creative. Now, once per day, you can throw this idol upon the ground and speak the word fire, and it will summon a fire elemental to aid you. It cannot turn on you, and it will support you in your endeavors. Hey, Hard Knock Dice, thanks for coming in. Just understand, it's a little different than what you've may have known of. Just be sure that you're in desperate need before you use it, my friend.
All right. Thank you. You've mellowed from the time I've previously known you were
I think
an asshole before, but now
I think Arena would call it age.
Yes, but you've mellowed from the time you've been with us, and I like the person you are now. So
And with that, Max just kind of laughs and slaps you on the shoulder, and it hurt a lot when he casually slapped you on the shoulder. It's like, ow.
All right.
And there's like a distinct like metallic noise because he's still that creature, that statue, that thing, only somehow different. And then as the two of you part, you race to catch up with Arena and Derek, although Derek is currently petting a floof.
All right, cool.
As the three of you make your way into Chimera Fortress or Chimera Fort, it is a busy. It's a swirling atmosphere of preparation. The last of Kai's regiment is there as well. Oh, that's right. Kai would be with you because she wants to talk to Silverhand as well.
Yes, thank you.
Watching the regiments form up, Kai, just fills you with so much pride. The great gleaming rifles that you've been working on for so long, the kind of up-to-date uniforms that you have kind of helped manufacture for them to give them that added protection when they're out in the field and operating within their units. Arena Vimac and his mercenary soldiers are in here as well. Some of Golshar's Templars are in here as well, all busy packing, doing everything they can to ready themselves and to get their stores organized and positioned. As the four of you enter into the main entranceway and down into the lower chamber, it is busy with tables and maps, people organizing thoughts, having conversations. And there's Brackus and Lord Silverhand talking with each other while kind of interacting with a series of maps that are laid out on a table. Familiar captains, familiar sergeants. Vimac off to the side smiles at you, Arena, as you kind of walk into the space, acknowledging you.
I acknowledge him back.
And Lord Silverhand looks up, sees Kai, and immediately runs from around the table and just picks up Kai off the ground and swings her around like she's 9 all over again. Puts you down. And after he puts you down, Kai, I was so worried when the reports had come back in from the Bearkin as to what you and your friends had decided to encounter in the Grove. Well, needless to say, I thought you were done for sure.
Well, they would never let anything happen to me. They always protect me.
He looks past your shoulder to look at Gulshaw, Arena, and Derek, and looks very hesitantly at Ghost.
Hey, Ghost looks less scary.
Ghost, thank all of you.
A little bit.
Thank you all for bringing her back and keeping her in one piece. You watch as Brackus kind of leans on the table and looks at the four of you. So, what do we do now? The forces are getting ready. Needless to say, Max's forces will definitely bolster numbers. Gulshaw, I have a message for you. Came within the last hour. I was not aware you were here. And he hands you kind of like a wooden encasement with copper emblems. You recognize this from your uncle.
All right, I'll read it.
Kind of like crack open the wooden case, pull it out. Gulshaw, the drums beat. The tribes have assembled. I don't know if we will make it in time, but we are all coming. And we will be there as soon as we can.
They're coming.
Oh, that's good. We'll also have the woodland folk on our side. They will join us when they are able.
You watch as Lord Silverhand lets out a sigh and kind of looks at all of you. But will it be enough? Based on what Max has told me, we number 1,000, maybe. They're in the numbers of the tens of thousands, from what he has told me. What is your plan? Will you go after the Academy?
Yes, but we're going to need a little bit of help from Tamlin.
From Tamlin. He is with Vert in his tower.
I need the Refraction Cube.
Both Brackus and Lord Silverhand stare at each other for a second. Why do you need it?
It will aid us in this fight.
Give me a persuasion check really quick. As a base.
Okay.
Wait, didn't he already do a charisma? It was like 36.
36.
Let's use that one.
Right?
So 21.
21?
Oof.
Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure that Vert or Tamlin's willing to give it up, but they haven't had very much success with it, that's for sure. I, unfortunately, have seen the outcomes of those
This
failures.
is life or death. Their dalliances in this item have brought us to where we're at. The forces that we fight, Merkel and all of his avatars look like you. They are you. Every time they reached into the past to try to pull you out, they pulled out other pieces. That's what we're fighting against. Trying to save this world with that item has led to almost the destruction of this world. Their time with that item is over. If I have to take it by force, I will. I ask you to do this for us, for this world.
Calm yourself. I'm sure they will understand, and they will regret their decisions.
Sometimes people that delve in magic, they don't want to give up the items that they hold most dear. I know this.
You watch as Lord Silverhand turns his gaze over to Kai and then back to Arena and Derek. And then looks at Brackus.
I'll put my hand on him and say, please, Father, listen to him. He means well.
Oh, I do not require much improvisation here. I do not require much insinuation as well. The Chimera Company have proven themselves time and time again. Brackus, bring me the writ. He watches Brackus comes around the table, hands a parchment. Lord Silverhand leans on the table, begins to write something carefully out, rolls it up, puts a hot piece of wax on the edge of the paper, and then runs his ring across it. Walks over to Gulshaw and hands him this writ. And as he places it in your hand, he kind of like holds your wrist for a moment. For them to deny you what I've put in this document is to be condemned to death. It is yours.
Thank you, my lord.
Turns. Now, shall we discuss our plans? What are your approaches going to be? What are your thoughts on how to get back into the Jasper Mines?
We're thinking about going through Mudknocker. Going the back way.
Yes. Well, the forces. It gives us the closest access point to the caves where we know they're performing their arts.
I mean,
and to the priest of Merkel.
And just as this conversation's getting going, you, hey, Burnt Coin, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Just as this conversation gets going, you hear a familiar voice.
Is it Prince?
Oh my God, I love this. Chaotic neutral chickadee.
Love the name. Love the name. Sounds like my... Never mind.
As you're having this conversation with Lord Silverhand, and we will see to it that they get to where they need to get to. A very tall, 8-foot, gray-skinned orc with huge braided manes down his back.
What's his name?
Tribal tattoos kind of on his chest.
Is it Trag?
It is Trag.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
We are in agreement with this plan. We like it. And we will see to it that you get where you need to get. No matter the cost. It's been a long time since the Great Plains orcs have seen so many come together. There must be good here for some reason. Silverhand kind of looks at Brackus, and the two of them stare at Trag. I bring what I can. All the tribes have assembled. All 300 of our warriors are here. They are at your disposal. We will get them safely to the swamp. We will see to it they make it to the base of the Worn-Tooth Mountain. I'm assuming you plan on going through the lava tubes back into the depths of the volcano.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good plan. They will not expect this. However, with the death of the bestial creator Beloy, the worms that he created to guard those warrens and lava tubes, well, they have gone wild. This will be difficult for you. Avoid them. Do not interact with them. They will only slow you down. Time is our problem. Already, the great columns of the Merkle army descend out of the Worn-Tooth valleys by the thousands. These are things that should not walk. These are things that should not even exist, but they do, and they must be undone.
If we take out the avatars, I don't know if that automatically releases the magic of what has been done. Or if they have to be put down individually.
No. We bring them all together using the Refraction Cube. And then when they are one, we'll destroy them.
Is it your opinion, then, that you think the avatars are what bind them to this place? You think undoing them will undo their creations?
I think so.
I believe so, but I'll know more once I have the Refraction Cube in my hand.
We also have to get the flower back. We don't know what they're planning with it, but I don't like them having it.
Our shamans know what you speak of, Derek. Our shamans have looked into the eyes of their gods, and they know where that flower is. They understand its importance, and where it is, you must find it and restore it. That will weaken the avatars. And once they are weakened, I'm hoping this cube will speak to you, Gulshaw, and aid you in your process.
All right.
For now, me and mine, we feast. We celebrate this night before we ride out. But we do ride out tonight. You can sleep on the back of the great mounts that we will gift you. But we must head for the swamps with no delay.
All right. I'm going to go and check to see if any of our last minute equipment has been prepped or not from the smith.
Which is at the front of Chimera. It's at the front of Fort Chimera.
Yeah, I'll be heading over there and I'll pick up everybody's stuff.
Okay.
I'll take my writ to... I ask them, do they know who has the cube at this moment?
They would have mentioned either Vert or Tamlin would have had it.
I go to Vert's first.
Okay, so you head out of Fort Chimera. Derek, you're checking on things. Kai, you going to go to your lab and start prepping all the stuff you want to take?
Yeah, but I was also going to ask my dad if he knows of anything that my mother had that might be useful. Is there anything stored of hers I could look through quickly?
Unfortunately, my dear, the only thing that we're aware of she might have had is deep in the basement of Earth's tower. We've never been able to get through those doors. We believe that is her celestial lab. Other than that, everything that was on her person when she was brought back alongside me is already on your possession. The most important thing you wear around your neck, dear.
Yes. I'm wondering if that would be a key to opening those doors.
Well, they always say doors swing both ways, don't they?
Do you think someone could open it from the other side?
I'd like to give it a try before I go off and work.
Here, take the big blue gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Arena has Arena has the skull gem.
I pull the big blue gem out of my hand and I put it. I hand it out of my bag and I hand it to you. Take the big blue gem too.
Oh, you also might want to take that anti-magic gem that we had to haul all the way from the forest. It came out of
that's a pretty big thing to carry single-handedly. I mean,
it's on the back of Ghost.
Yeah, it's like tethered and strapped to the saddlebag of Ghost at this point.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than her head.
Unless Brack can carry it for her.
So, Golshaw, you're making your way to Vert's.
Yeah.
Kai, now that you've talked to your father,
I don't know if that would be a key.
Are you going to head down to the lab or head over to Vert's as well?
I'll go to Vert's also because I want to go down. So
you'll
to that
travel with
basement
Golshaw.
and see if I can open that.
Gotcha. And Dudley or Derek, you're going to make preparations. Arena, what do you want to do with your time before I switch over to Valev and Apollo?
I'm gonna go with Kai and go to the door. Try and help her figure it out.
Okay.
Because Derek is gonna go pick up anything that might be useful to us.
Okay.
So yeah.
With that, all of you kind of disperse in your different directions. So Arena, Kai, and Golshaw will make your way into Whist and towards Ghost towards Vert's Tower. Derek and Dudley, you're making final preparations within the fort. With that, Apollo and Valev, give me perception checks, please.
$22.
22. You're muted, Valev.
21.
21.
Oh, no,
nice.
sorry. 24.
24, even better.
Yeah.
Making your way from Fort Chimera through the still recovering city of Whist and the open fairgrounds on the outside of both Fort Chimera and the great rolling hills that lead up towards the border and the edge of where the city begins. There is still signs of recovery here, but there's also, there's conversation. There's people enjoying a meal out in the streets while still fixing a wall or moving a pile of debris. And the streets are busy again with people talking about the upcoming march. Great throngs of people come and go out of the side streets, great wagon loads. The now nearly matured elephant that was being sequestered over at the Chimera over at the Chimera Mercantile is being led at the very head of a massive wagon train that's beginning to make its way out of the main drag towards and past familiar sights. The Lord's Tavern. Walk past the Chimera Mercantile, still under repair. And eventually you make it into the residential district of Whist. And once here, You can see more crowds of people. There's still life here. It's reassuring. As you approach Vert's tower, the door is wide open. There's heavy discussion coming from it. You can hear Vert and Tamlin already in deep conversation about what to do, where to go, how to deal with all of this new information that they've acquired through other people arriving within Whist. They turn to face the door as you and Apollo enter the tower. Tamlin, young Velev and Master Apollo, it is good to see you. You look different yet again. How may we be of service?
So, Max is back, and he...
Yes, I've already spoken with him.
Oh, cool.
He is quite interesting, is he not?
He does time magic.
I noticed that as well. Scorch is no longer a ball of fire.
Yeah, he's back, but I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I don't think he's back as the way we think of him as being back. I mean, you've had a connection with him, have you not? Have you not reached out for him?
Okay, so I'll be honest, I have no clue how that works. Most of the time, I'm just thinking really hard and hoping. I don't think I'm actually able to, like, magically or in my head talk to somebody. I'm pretty sure that Scorch was doing that to me, and that's why I was able to do it with him. But I keep trying it with other people, but none of them ever hear me, so I'm pretty sure it's not me now.
I assumed he was bound to you. I apologize.
Bound? Like
anchored, tethered.
How do you mean?
That you are kind of an extra set of eyes, a extension of something that is important to him. Are you not? Have you ever tried reaching out to him without him reaching out to you?
I talked to him all the time. Just it was more to myself, but like I was saying it to him. No, I haven't tried to really. A lot's happened. It's only been a couple days. I don't know how magic works.
You can hear Apollo chuckling behind you, like, "Oh shit, we're near the end, and he doesn't know how magic works." Vert just goes, "Young Velev, I understand what you mean. I don't exactly dabble in what you call real magic as well. Natural magics and the magic of things are different for people like us. I understand. But you and Apollo have come here for a reason."
Oh, yeah, what do you... I was just going to tell you that Scorch was back. Oh, and we fought a bunch of things. And all of these other things that you know, I picked up a gauntlet because... was feeling cute. I don't know. It showed me a bunch of bad stuff.
What did it show you?
Showed me a bunch of bad stuff.
At least it only showed you bad stuff. It killed me.
Yeah.
Well, that's not exactly a new thing for you, is it, Apollo?
I don't know how much more I can deal with this. I feel like things are starting to talk to me through undead. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a lot darker.
That's fun. I mean, mostly animals talk to me, so that's different for sure. something potentially to be concerned about. I think maybe down the line.
Well, what are your plans?
Oh, we're gonna fight. I think.
Not die.
I think it seems the energy seems like we're gonna fight. It's very. I think we're gonna fight. Well, I mean, there isn't really any other choice. We're definitely fighting.
Do we get there? Do we get there?
You hear footsteps out in front of the tower. Those of you out front, Kai and Gulshan and Randy, you can hear Valev and Apollo having a conversation with.
By any
Vert,
accounts, it would only make sense that if we're gonna continue on, that like we have to fight. That's basically.
We're gonna fight,
really.
Is fighting the only?
Oh,
hey, whoa!
Also, Arena has a gift for you, I believe. Is who would?
Oh yeah, giant.
Oh yeah,
worm.
Arena has a
gargantuan.
For the love of gods, do
Purple
not let it out here. I don't have my containment facility anymore. I can't actually work on those right
big.
Now.
Right. I get
it's
it.
Really big.
But it like swallowed Apollo like he was nothing.
Is that hard?
Well, I mean, size-wise, it swallowed Apollo like he was nothing.
Well, he's a big man.
You know. Yeah. He could like stand up, and it's how big was it? I don't remember.
It was gargantuan. I mean,
so its mouth was probably a good like 10 feet in diameter or something, right?
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm saying this right. Yeah, he could like stand up in its mouth. It was, I mean, it's not surprising if I could stand up in its mouth, but Apollo could stand up in its mouth.
You've made that abundantly clear. Yeah. It's big and scary.
Yeah, but it's very dead.
Yes, and I do not have the ability to work on it like I did the other one, the basilisk.
Yeah, and yeah.
During the last assault, that gateway was destroyed. It will take me years to build another
dragons. I was very sad about the other 2 dragons.
Verge.
Yes.
I hand him the document.
It's been a long time since I've seen. Kind of cracks the wax and looks over at Tamlin, looks back at you, and orders are orders. Vert walks over to a small iron box, picks it up, sets it in the middle of the laboratory table. What are you doing, Vert? We do not have time for these games.
I grip my hammer just a little tight because I don't know about him. He might get a hammer upside the head.
He kind of like gently rests a hand like on the box and looks over at Vert. And then Vert throws the writ down on the lab table. It's out of our hands. Perhaps a new set of eyes and a new brain are just what we need. He picks up the writ and reads it, looks at... What does he know about magic? He just throws the writ down. He doesn't... And he kind of storms out of the base of the tower, just down the stairs.
That's fine.
We found a new toy as well. And I
that immediately causes Tamlin to stop and go, "This is a new toy."
Yeah, exactly. It like stops magic.
Of course.
What do you mean it stops magic? There is no magic other than...
I walk over to the gem next to Ghost and I cast a cantrip, like light. Does it cast light?
As it comes into existence, it comes into existence. There's no energy in the gem right now.
Oh man. We have to see about...
No. He kind of walks over to where Ghost is and begins to unlash it and heaves the gem onto the floor. No, this is interesting. He begins to like bring out a small hammer and tap the crystalline surface, and he pulls out a small set of glasses onto his nose, and he's now kind of looking at it. He is completely redirected.
Yep, perfect.
So
way to go, Rita.
I'll pick up that refraction cube and look closely at it.
You kind of pop open the lid, and you watch as the refraction cube is just kind of oscillating inside the box with a faint glow of light inside of it. You pick it up, bring it out. You kind of set it on the laboratory table to look at it.
A tune.
A tune, a cartoon.
It was like Puppet Master above you.
Exactly.
I will attune to it. Hang on, I can't tell that. Okay.
Give me investigation or arcana.
I was trying to do that, but like the slick, like role playing way. Okay. What am I rolling again? This is hilarious.
Either investigation or arcana.
Okay, roll my investigation. Or no. Let's see. It's going to be my investigation. Ew, they both suck. All right, so I got a 17.
17. Staring at it, I mean,
it's a box.
Well, I mean, the essence of the property of it, but there's a strange kind of differentiation in the glow this time. You remember every time that both Vert and Tamlin, whenever they possessed this thing or operated it. In fact, the last bit of understanding of this would have been when you had a conversation with Max. And Max's statue sentientness would have had the memory of them using it. It always flared like a red or greenish red or blackish kind of red, like mixture of light. But after you've picked it up out of the box and set it on the table, it's more of a kind of like soft white bluish glow at this point. And you're beginning to watch as the very edges of the cube kind of melt in upon themselves. And it's less of a cube form and more of a spherical form. And you take the moment to kind of just stare into it, and you kind of lose your vision for a moment. And there's almost like
touch it. Will it become a star? I'm just kidding.
Give me intelligence save.
I said I was just kidding.
I said I was messing around. Don't mess around with the refraction cube. Don't mess around with the RC, man.
It's definitely taken on a different kind of essence. It's not what you remember what it looked like before.
Okay. So I'm holding it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of a sphere now?
Yeah, the edges have melted in upon the center of the box. The edges have kind of gone away, and it's now more like a sphere.
Does it have like a... I mean, is it made of metal? What is it like when I'm holding it? What does
weird.
It feel like?
The surface feels warm. You try to understand why your fingertips seem to feel resistance, but there's no sides. There's no texture to its surface. It's just this kind of warmth and just kind of calming sensation as you kind of just focus on the sphere.
All right. Well, I continue to focus on it and see if I also focus on my god and see if it's maybe it's...
Is this spirit translucent?
Maybe it's a little...
It is not. As you watch Gulshaw kind of stare into it, it's definitely... The energy is not translucent, so you can't really see directly through it, but there's a density to it. There's a strange kind of density to it.
You are my density.
I mean, I think Ivar will get the reference. It's kind of like the Lochnar.
Oh, okay. Sweet. All right.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Because I'm a boomer. That's the reason I know what that is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do I feel like I'm maybe like any way closer to the gods when I have that plane of existence? It's
hard to know for sure. There's a sensation here, but it's an unfamiliar one. How long do you want to attempt to study and organize your thoughts around this thing?
I'll get on my flying carpet and flap a couple 100 feet and do it up there like for about an hour.
Okay. You guys watch as Gulshot takes the sphere, looks at the four of you, and then descends the stairs. You watch as he unfurls his carpet, climbs onto it, and takes off.
I hope
Cool. We'll just wait here.
Okay. Yeah, I
that
was good.
I'm watching. Was it Tamlin or Vert that I handed the sphere to?
Oh, Vert is
Vert.
Vert. I mean, first of all, you can't hand it to him.
Yeah, it's like bigger than me.
Yeah, it's currently on the ground of the laboratory. It's like on the flags, the stone floor, and he's now got his journal open and he's taking notes and drawing diagrams. And
I'm watching, and
Yeah.
yeah.
eventually, after a few minutes, he stands up and he goes, "By the gods, I know what this is.
What is it?
It's an absorption stone.
An absorption stone. How does it work?
It requires an equal amount of energy that it will deflect. I think,
So how do we recharge it?
well, that's the scary thing. Only arcane magics can charge it.
So like Max?
Maybe he can recharge it. I don't know. He says that they have discovered a way of tapping into the reserve of the magic that they brought down with them from the Anorak Desert. And he says it's limited. But perhaps this is something that Max can use. I do not wield arcane spells.
Question. Is the door downstairs arcane?
It's always been assumed to be arcane in nature.
If
And that's
we,
been part of the challenge.
If we put this up against the door, do you think it could absorb the magic in the door?
No, the way these stones work is that the amount of magic that they have in them can absorb an equal measure of the magic. Currently, it is empty.
So we can't charge it with the door.
No. I believe arcane magic must be expelled into the gem, and then the power of that arcane magic determines the amount of magic it can counteract. So, if you take a very powerful spell of arcane nature and put it in the stone, an equal amount of force will be counteracted by it. It'll drain its energy, and the energy poured out of it will deflect the energy that was directed at the target. But most of my readings and my understanding of these stones, they are quite small. This one is quite gigantic.
This one, it was in the head of one of those monstrous creations that we fought over by the life tree.
Oh.
And it did this cone of anti-magic. It was terrifying but awesome.
Well,
I did not bring that creature back. I only brought the purple worm.
I appreciate that. You're like a cat that brings back little birds into the living room. I'm not going to lie. You come back with some of the strangest things.
Well, I only try and bring back what I think you'll, enjoy.
Let us not mess about. You bring back things that you hope I can turn into things that you will want.
That is true. Yeah.
Well,
yes. I try and bring back useful things.
Well, speaking of useful things, I've done all I can with this. Do you want it back?
I will look and see what he's holding.
He's holding the tooth.
Yes.
You see that there's a small fracture at the tip where a small piece had been broken off and used. I did my best, but it's been too long. I was unable to speak with this entity, that it would not... I had hoped that somehow I could speak with its dead form, its shadow form, but either my magic is not powerful enough to do this, or it simply did not want to speak with me.
Do I have a spell that will...
Speak with dead?
Yeah, but I think it has to have a mouth.
I attempted to speak with its shadow form. I don't need to speak with the actual remains itself.
Right. Yeah, in Speak with Dead, the corpse must still have a mouth. So I can't just speak to a tooth.
Well, you could, but you'd look weird doing it.
It would be interesting trying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take the tooth back. Does it still feel kind of magical, or does it feel broken?
I mean, it feels like it's always felt every time you've interacted with it. Nothing distinct.
I thought it talked to me already.
You remember it doing... You remember that Valev had said that had happened to him when he retrieved it from the vault.
Gotcha. So it had talked to Valev.
Correct, when he retrieved it from the vault with Scorch.
And Valev is still there?
Mm-hmm, still there.
I'm gonna poke it in his direction. And I'm gonna say, Valev, will this talk to you again?
His camera's frozen, so I think he's still there.
Well,
he's giving you side eye.
His microphone is also off, so.
Yeah. And he's muted.
Valev. Hey, Valev.
I don't think yelling at a frozen picture is actually going to help.
Valev.
Well, anyways, I've done what I can.
There we go.
Oh, he moved.
He moved.
Smiled.
Yep, there he goes again.
Moved again.
But I don't know if he actually ever heard any of you because he's probably latent.
Yep, there he goes again.
He took his camera off of mute. I mean, microphone off of mute. His camera off of mute. What?
Yeah, now he's shaking his head. Smile.
It's been off for a long time. I've heard all of this.
Oh, we figured you heard it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna poke the tooth at you. Not really poke you with the tooth. I would say, is it gonna talk to you? Or is it broken?
Okay, I felt like I just had this conversation, so I can't actually talk to things with my mind. I know I've tried to talk to you.
Your memory of it talking to you was way back when you found it in the vault and you and Scorch had recovered it.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty sure all of those times it was just because of Scorch, but I will
try.
I will freeze
if it talks.
Okay. See if it talks to you. Does it talk to him?
Try to see if it talks to me.
No. Okay. I mean, it just
does it talk to me?
It just has that familiar weight from carrying it. Other than that,
is that an Arcana check, or?
No? You can make an insight check on the item itself.
Oh.
I'm gonna intimidate the tooth to talk to me.
Yeah, I'm just here trying to figure out why the heck they're talking to a tooth.
Plus 7.
18 plus 7. 25.
That's the
25
rumor.
Insight.
18 plus 7 is 25.
I thought I was called Apollo was the crazy one. You're two over here talking to freaking tooth. Kai, you seeing this?
Yeah. I'm kind of used to it at this point, though.
There he is.
Yep, 25 insight.
25 insight. You get the feeling that if the arcane weave can be restored, there is a possibility that the remnant of something could be utilized to bring them back. And this is definitely a gifted remnant. You remember the voice and the sense that it has purpose. You know it has purpose. It's figuring out its purpose is the trick.
Okay. I'll put it away. I'll put it away and stick it in my bag
Stick
of
it
holding.
inside your dog.
Yes.
Oh, the IT gremlins are alive today. So with that, Kai and Apollo, is there anything you want from Vert and Tamlin while you're in the lab?
Just to ask if we can go down to the chambers below. I want to try and use the stone, the gem, see if I can open those doors with that.
By all means, if you think you have a way in, give it a go.
I would like to try.
Okay. Apollo?
Is there a way to y'all might be able to at least give me something to lessen the blows that I have been taking?
Well, we've already given out everything we have to Brachus's quartermasters for the for his armed forces. I may have a couple spare healing potions I can give you, but unfortunately I am tapped out.
That is unfortunate. I do. I would take those healing potions as we might need them later.
He hands you 3 superior healing potions.
Nice.
Kai, you make your way downstairs. I mean, it's only a small flight of stairs into the round basement chamber. And there are the 2 celestial doors sitting on top of the stone floor. The area is still cleaned and kind of purposely made so it's easy to kind of investigate the doors and the imagery and everything involved. The doors are sealed. The arcane magic is flowing through the different effigies and emblems that have already been deciphered by you and the others. Give me investigation with advantage.
Okay. Okay, so that was a... investigation, that's 18.
18. Looking across the surface of the doors and examining everything, it's difficult to find anything unique here. Everything that you've seen and understand, the astral lathe interaction, the organization of... So you're going down with her as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 2 of you are staring at these sets of doors, trying to get a feel for if you could find anything new. I
remember seeing something written somewhere in glyphs that says she exists between 2 worlds. Key is the lie, reflection is the truth. Something similar to that. I paraphrased it, but
correct. And I believe most of you began to be under the assumption that the reflection was the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And the mirror is in his possession. The key is the unknown factor.
Is that the blue gem?
based on Kai's investigation, Arena, go ahead and give me an investigation check as well.
My investigation is probably not as good as Kai's, but I will do it. Okay.
Damn, I should have flashed a genius to myself.
You still can.
I still can? Okay, so that's
Yep.
5 more to my 18.
23.
So, yeah. Yeah. Does that help?
Yeah. I got a 15.
15. If the gem is the key, as the two of you stare at these doors and looking at the transcription that Kai remembers from one of the panels of the door, you can't quite find how this could be the key, but it does kind of make sense that it would be. But does that mean it's something that should hover? Should it be inserted somewhere? There's no obvious place for it to go. Oh my God, who's doing that?
Sorry, that's me. I don't want to stick it in my eyeball. I don't want to stick it in my eyeball. I don't want to stick it in my eyeball.
Can I look through it at the door?
You had tried doing that before, and it merely was a refracted image on the other side.
Because the School of Magic on the Blue Diamond was transmutation and divination. It's got Cyrillic diamond or Cyrillic writing on it, dimension door. And it has to be bolted to the skull.
It was. But you guys had made some insights into that. You were under the impression that that was somehow her way of transcribing or absorbing the imagery so that she could understand whatever Lady Silverhand was reading. You get the feeling that she almost used it as a tool of sorts.
I do not have any sort of spells that would work with that, like Dimension Door or things like that I could try and cast on it towards the door. Nothing.
I have Misty Step.
And while you two are trying to figure out what to do with that, Derek, you're back at Fort Chimera. You spent a solid hour in preparation. What would you like to accomplish?
Okay, I wanted to check on the materials that we were having smithed, specifically because I know I have armor that I was waiting on, but I don't know who else has stuff, so I'm going to go to the smiths there real quick and restock on arrows because I was down to 2 when we finished that combat.
Fair enough. Yeah, you managed to gather 3 dozen more arrows that are...
Oh, no, I'm just going to get... All right, 3 dozen. That's good for me. Yeah. I'll only be able to carry 12 at a time, but...
Don't worry,
I'll keep the
lad.
rest in my bag. Yeah.
We should have the armor done by tomorrow morning. We've been working on it through the night, but we've been making the repairs on the armor of those that go off to fight. So we're a little bit burdened with time.
I know. It's a fast move. It's moving fast for all of us.
Aye. Come back tomorrow morning. I'll have your armor for you.
And did anybody else have anything that they were getting prepped?
I think young Valev had some armor as well. Perhaps no, he had been given his shield. I'm not really sure if others had anything being made, but...
Okay. And Valev,
I believe, already has his shield.
It's Frostfur is here, isn't he? And that means his caravan is too. Or is he not?
I don't think he's here. I've made mention of him being here.
Okay. All right, then. No, I'll just make sure everything's prepped and ready to go for tomorrow. Our mounts and everything like that. Just restock on provisions. What else can I do? Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay. And then do you want to settle in for your long rest after you're done with all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Gulsha, you are now currently hovering over the very center of Whist, looking straight down. You've got the sphere slowly being attuned to you. But as you look down, give me an investigation check.
Oh, sweet. I've got a nat 20 plus 0 is a nat 20. I'm such a good investigator.
Well, the DC was a 19.
Okay.
Looking down at Vert's tower and the residential quarters of the Silverhands, there's something oddly familiar about the pattern. The very top of the tower, you can see an open-ended dragon's claw made out of patinate copper, with its claw open and extended outward. It looks far too small to hold and contain the size of the sphere, but it kind of piques your interest, and as you continue to hold the sphere and kind of wonder, there's a small recess in the very middle of the palm that would be about the size of the blue gem that you've seen Arena possess.
Okay.
And then kind of taking note of that, as you swirl back up above, you could swear that the position of the Silverhand residence, the layout, the courtyard, the garden space, you've seen this image before.
Well, I go up higher, so I can center myself to wherever I need to be to look down and see what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, you float a little bit further and a little bit further. Thinking back when you were in the Fractured Academy wing and looking at the Astral Lathe, you're staring at the precise pattern that you remember seeing on the Astral Lathe. The Silverhand compound is a planar representation.
Okay. So, no, that's good. All right. Okay. So it's a representation of how I saw the planes being lined up on the Astral Lathe.
Correct.
Okay. I will float back down to Vert's entrance and find Arena.
As you make your way back down into the base of the tower, you walk in to see Apollo standing there talking with Vert and Tamlin. You can hear down below, Kai and Arena are talking about the sealed arcane doors. And you can hear their voices drifting up as they are having a conversation about it. Tamlin is still very intently staring at the massive Absorption Stone, while Vert is kind of like loading up a small bag. Hey, Enigma.
Kai, Arena.
Yes.
Come
We're down here.
Come with. Have them get on my flying carpet.
Okay. So Kai and Arena, you get on the flying carpet. Apollo, you've gotten your potions from Tamlin. Velev, is there anything you want to do?
Oh, I said ghost, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I forgot I was
Nope,
muted.
telling Bird about Scorch was about it.
Okay.
Oh, and also telling him about that Arena had a giant purple worm, of course, obviously.
Yeah, fair enough.
Giant purple worm. He doesn't seem very interested in it, though. Maybe I should stop bringing him back dead creatures.
Bad kitty. Bad kitty.
Yeah. No. Don't put a dead bird on my bed. No. No.
Fine.
So I float up to the dragon's paw.
Okay.
And I show them.
In the very recess of the palm, Arena, you and Kai can see the perfectly formed kind of like space where it matches the size of the blue gem.
Is it like hollow, like a tube down there, or is it like
It's just a recess.
just the recess?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'll go place that there. Or want to go place
yeah.
that there. I want to go place that there now. Mm-hmm.
But do we have to say
It's like
magic
a puzzle?
words?
Ooh.
And I also
Yeah,
show them.
puzzle. Oh my god.
I know Arena was there, so I'll show Arena. Was Arena there?
She would have been in the Fractured Academy as well.
Yeah.
She would have.
Yeah.
So I show her the layout and how that it matches the
Astrolabe?
the astral lathe.
Huh.
This might be our way in instead of going in the backside of the mountain. I don't know.
Well,
But maybe if we put that there and then we go back downstairs to see what's going on.
what if it does
This
the
has
same
something to do with it.
thing that the Astrolabe does, but on a bigger scale?
Maybe, but obviously it requires this gem.
Yep.
Where did you get that gem from?
The eyeball of Lady Silverhand.
The skull.
Yes.
Oh.
The skull of
That
Lady
makes
Silverhand.
sense then.
Yeah.
She's left us things to use to be able to open this. I think this is what we need to do.
There was also this bracelet that had like gold and platinum with garnets and diamonds. This was, it's not magic, but I think they're like spell components.
Is there a place to put the bracelet on the dragon's wrist? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you look great.
Not the
Looks
whole
fabulous.
bracelet.
It's my bracelet.
Not
I'm a
no,
deaf
just not
cleric.
the whole bracelet. It's
I'm
a
deaf
group.
cleric. Okay, so we put that in there. Are you going to put that in there?
Yeah, Kai wants to reach forward. She's holding the gem right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So we get closer. Fly.
And we're right there. I'm hovering right there, so you guys can see the indentation and everything.
Yeah, you guys are like hovering like right alongside the open dragon's palm.
Claw.
Kai, you put the gem inside of it, like into the recess. As you
Roll death saves.
Hold on to your butt.
Roll your death saves.
as
Is it death
drops
cleric?
into
Do I
the
get-
palm, you watch as all of the fingers or the claw talons close around it.
Ooh, sweet.
Valev and Apollo down in the interior of the tower. There's a
hope we didn't
steady
need that.
kind of like arcanic humming noise coming from the basement.
Well, let's go see.
And we go fly back down there. See what
Yeah.
happens.
We should go check out. I hear. Do you
I don't
hear?
know if-
We should go. Yeah.
I don't know if that opened the door though.
I just broke something.
As you and Apollo head down, the three of you are still up there.
We
There
see the
is-
open door.
So, Valev and Apollo, as you go down, all of the etchings and glyph-like writings of the door are now emblazoned and pulsing with light. And there's a gradually expanding vortex of energy beginning to swirl in front of the door. And then it stops, and it's almost like a 10-foot radius of energy that's swirling. Back up top, where you can see that the claw is closed, each knuckle of the talon reveals more reliefs for small gemstones.
Uh,
How many knuckles are there?
Bracelet?
I'm not there.
bracelet.
Are there 3?
Yeah, we're looking at arena bracelet.
There's the 3 main talons and then the thumb talon. So there's 4 recesses for 4 additional gems.
How many primordial?
Are they like different
people do we have
shaped?
to fight?
Are they
How
different
many-
shaped,
how many
or are they all the
earthly
same?
Well,
tenants?
for you and
Guys.
Apollo being down in the basement,
I'm
you're-
not there.
No, but you're
we
down
want-
in the basement, and it's just that swirling kind of vortex above the closed doors.
Well, I'm going to take out the bracelet and I'm going to pull off one of the groupings because Vert said they were in groupings of
Mhm.
spell components. And I'll pull off one, and then, it's 4 gold, 1 gold, 1 platinum, 1's diamond, and 1 garnet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put them in the slots, the spots, the reliefs.
Before, you've never been able to get them apart, but as you move it close to the talons, they suddenly easily come apart in your hand, and one by one, you watch as arcane energy swirls down one, then another.
I'm gonna look at
And then
Gulshaw
another.
and Kai and say, I really hope we didn't need a long rest before this. And then,
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But when
Okay.
when do we ever do anything the right way?
And now you watch as
Never.
arcane energy begins to swirl around the top of the tower and coalesce down the conical roof and down the sides of the tower. Valev
let's
and
go-
Apollo being on the
And Tamlin
inside.
about this.
wait, I'm gonna ask Ghost. Ghost, what's going on down there?
Nothing. I think Valev and Apollo went downstairs to make out.
Can you go follow them? And if
Such
they
a
start
smart ass.
kissing each other, eat one.
I'm not hungry. You know I don't eat anymore.
Okay, well, I wasn't being serious about eating one. of
You
them,
realize you're
but-
arguing with an undead dog.
Yes, but I love my undead dog.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, so
No.
can you go see what's going on down in the bottom of the
Well,
tower?
it's kind of hard to see. There's a blinding light coming out of the staircase.
Is it radiant?
So sassy.
I
know he is.
I don't know. It's bright.
Okay, well, stay away from it because radiant hurts you.
Well, your love for me sometimes hurts.
I know.
Yeah, it hurts a lot of people.
And mentally, you can hear him just kind of sit down with his head on his paws and, oh, I miss eating rabbits.
Would undead rabbits be able to be eaten by you?
I'm not hungry. We keep coming back to this conversation.
Okay, fine.
If you eat without being hungry, you just get fat.
I don't know if you would get fat even if you ate without being hungry.
It was a joke. I'm still
Oh.
new at this whole joke thing. Okay,
well, it was
can
a
you
good
leave
joke.
me alone now? I think your
Yes.
friends are melting.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, we'll come down.
You guys kind of circle
guys,
down on the carpet.
I think our friends are melting.
Yeah,
so
as you circle down into the
Ghost says they're
carpet,
melting.
you watch as Vert and Tamlin see the 3 of you walk in, and then they realize that both Valev and Apollo have gone down below, and there's this blinding light coming out of the below section.
Is it radiant?
Give me a religion check.
I think I'm good at those. I say and then I roll a 2.
There's that possibility.
Right. At least roll a 1. I can
Actually,
re-roll
Actually,
it.
that's the more
shot.
common possibility.
Oh, I rolled a 1. I'm gonna re-roll it.
Are you a halfling?
Yes,
You should
Oh, yeah,
have
that's right.
known this whole time.
but I rolled a 2.
I think she is a gnome.
I think she doesn't know.
I rolled a 2, so I got a 9.
9. I mean, it looks like a bright
11.
light.
I'll walk in and out and just feel if it's radiant.
As you walk into it, just feels like a very intense light.
It's just light.
I'm going to.
Okay.
You instantly
Okay,
incinerate.
me too. I'm going down.
As the three of you kind of walk into the light, no pun intended, you can see both Valev and Apollo down below kind of shielding their eyes, and with just hovering right above the sealed doors is this vortex of energy. However, you begin to watch as the arcane energy crackles down the side of the walls, along the floor to the door, and kind of crashes in to the vortex of energy, and then everything just fades out. And floating there is a familiar individual. It's your mother, Kai. She's translucent. You can see where the gem is now prominent in her eye socket, and it seems to be a ghostly-like form of her. And she's hovering there, and she looks around. Why have you brought me here? Who are you people?
It's me, Kai.
She's from a different time, honey.
This version of you knows me. Yeah.
I am not familiar with the name. Can I help you? You've interrupted my studies.
What were you studying? We are from...
I think we're from like 300 years in the future from you.
Our world is on the brink of destruction. We've followed...
So is mine.
The Merkel is trying to bring back the plane... Is it the Planeswalker? No. Earth Eater? Earth Eater? What's it?
I love it when you make shit up. It's so much fun.
I love it, yeah. Super great. Super great. The first time I ever heard of a world eater in this thing, but
World
super
Eater.
great. I mean, totally screwing her up. She doesn't know what...
World Ender
World
Eater. The World Eater.
You watch as she looks about the space, and then her image kind of shudders and fades a little bit. If you've pulled me into your time, then I've obviously prepared something there for this purpose.
Yeah, there was a big tower, and the blue gem that's in your eye, and
was the key to
a dragon
opening this.
claw,
Yes.
and a bracelet.
Oh.
And there's a astrolabe, which is where I found you. Sorry.
That's my object of astral projection. That is how I am able to cast my mind very far out, but I've never been able to get it to see through time. This feels familiar to me.
Have you ever seen this? And I show her the
Refraction Cube.
The Refraction Cube.
No, that does not look familiar to me.
It warps time. It allows people to reach in through time and bring people forward in time. And Lord Silverhand is here. He runs this area.
He's
If
my
that does
father.
what I... Your father.
Mm-hmm.
If that
Adopted.
does what I think it does. She looks around the space. Step onto the doors.
Okay. I step
Okay.
on the door.
All of you.
So do I.
Ghost, behave.
Send a message to Derek. Tell him to get here as soon as possible. You don't have to use 25 words. You can use as few as possible.
Yes.
Just send a message to
Here,
Derek.
now. It's up.
Yeah,
911.
Get to Bert's tower. Quickly. Well, I don't have to cast a spell
Oh
to
yeah,
talk
he's
to
gonna
ghosts,
sleep,
so.
huh?
All right. Ooh. No, I can't use it. Never mind. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll start making my way if I get that message.
Okay. As you make your way into the base of Vert's lab and down the stairs, you watch as Apollo's the last one to step on the door, and you can see all 5 of your friends on the door. You quickly run up the stairs that lead up to where the doors are, and just as Derek, all 5 of you, and you get this distinct falling sensation for a few seconds, and then you're back in the basement. No sign of any of the other, no sign of Ghost or Dudley. It's unfamiliar. The doors are unfinished. One door is leaning against a wall and being etched and worked on by a familiar woman who turns to look at you with the emblazoned gem in her skull. But it's neatly done. It's got leather and metal refinements. There's an eye patch that she quickly brings down over it, and she looks at the 5 of you. Well, it worked.
Apparently did.
Please tell me you'll be able to send us back.
Does somebody want to tell me what's going on here? Because I just walked in on this.
Oh, we talked to...
This is a version of Lady Silverhand.
Time travel.
I think
Did
we're
we
in the
not
past.
learn that time travel was bad?
We can go back, right?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
The question is, why were you revealed to me now? Why now?
I don't know. Maybe you're about to discover something important, or just dead.
Or are you?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a beast. There's a entity called Merkel. Right now, he's using the
weave is dead, and we're trying to bring it back.
The weave is dead, you say?
Yes.
It has been ill for some time here.
Well, it dies.
I have been working with my husband, Lord Silverhand, and some of the great leaders of the West. Right now, Philip's forces march on Waterdeep as we speak.
I can tell you where he hides himself after.
After we kill him, then, do we win?
No. I don't know.
No, you do not win.
She sits down on a small chair and I don't understand what all these visions are for. Ever since I placed the gem, there's something here I'm not seeing, and I don't know what it is.
Maybe if you turn the gem a little bit, it'll, bring it into focus.
I could see why we lost. The future looks dim indeed.
What are you trying to do here?
No, it's just that the future is full of dim wits.
I have been experimenting with astral projection and astral travel. Although I've been experimenting with magics that are long since been forgotten and have been long since misunderstood. I've visited the Candlekeep vaults and had retrieved a tome that talked about magics of gravitational force and magics of time force or chromatic force, as well as the understanding of chrono.
Oh, so you mean like the Refraction Cube. All right, I see what's going on here. So I'm going to give us a lowdown real quick. So in the future, a couple of people found this Refraction Cube thing. We're using it to bring your husband back in order to help restore the old world order. And in the process of doing that, they failed a bunch of times. It created a bunch of evil versions of your husband who are now using the power of Merkel to try and bring about another end of the world.
What?
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
Is there anything
that's very right.
But I've never heard of this Refraction Cube. What does it do? Is that what's allowed me to pull you back through my astral lathe? And you watch as she points over to where her astral lathe sits off to the side of the room.
And it looks just like the city?
It looks exactly like the one back in the academy. Which is
Well,
strange.
I mean,
Does it
and
look
it
like
does look like the layout
it's a setup
of the
layout.
residential quarters.
Well, that looks exactly like the layout of the residential quarters of the town that we're from.
This town.
Yeah.
My
You-
town.
Whist.
Yeah.
Whist?
You did something called the World Eater.
My
by
dear, there's
chance?
no town here. It's just a tower. And
Well, in the
a-
future, there's a town, and the setup of that town looks exactly like your astral lathe.
she seems confused, and she
No.
looks...
Did
The
we skip
Astral
over the part where we are from the future?
No, I understand
No,
this,
we've
but
covered
No,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
asking. I don't know if I missed that
No.
or not because
You missed
did
it.
explain that part. Damn it!
We're from 300 years in the future, yes.
I'm still
But
trying to figure it out.
let-
So I just
Roughly.
Me ask you this then: do you know of a Merkel?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know religious texts or writings. I don't know of a Merkel in our time.
Maybe if we defeat him
in
here.
the past.
Maybe
his
if
name
we
is
defeat him
backwards.
Yeah, if we
here.
defeat him here, he won't happen.
But what if he
Maybe.
doesn't exist yet?
Yeah, he might not exist yet.
Well, maybe
What if
we?
What if your activities of those that have tried to bring my husband back are the cause of those rifts?
Could be.
Yeah.
Would you like to look at this thing?
You kind of bring the sphere up and she stares at it, and there's a strange kind of glow in the blue eye, the blue gem in the socket of her eye begins to kind of activate a strange kind of like arcane infusion of magic. And she quickly pulls the hooded adornment over it, puts like a kind of opaque black kind of surface on top of the gem, and she stares at it. By the gods, there is someone inside that thing.
What?
Ooh,
All right.
And she peers closer
down the rabbit hole we go.
Here we
and
go.
closer.
Uh-huh.
And as she peers into it, there's a burst of light. And you're inside
So
the
what's that?
same location.
is inside of.
And there's a burst of light.
Oh.
And then suddenly you're still in the basement, but this time the doors are finished. And the same person sees you and goes, "I'm sorry, these are private quarters. Can I help you?"
You don't remember
wow.
us?
Why?
Okay.
Going forward.
Mm.
I
What
think
just
we
happened?
Well, we were in the past, and now we're less in the past.
No, we were in the future, then we came to the past, and now we're in the past again.
Yes. Well, we were in
Now we're a
our
little bit
time.
forward because the picture, the
I'm
doors are
going to have to
finished.
have you removed if you don't explain yourselves. Who are you?
This
I'm
is your
Kai
daughter.
Silverhand. I am Lord
Is this the same
Silverhand's
person?
daughter. Yes.
Yeah, it's the
We're
same
from the
person, right?
future.
Is it?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to have a memory of the previous conversation.
The question is this the same time that we just went to, or is this a different time? Are we further
Oh.
back now, or are we?
No, we're
And then you
we're a
hear,
little bit farther forward.
And then you
But if
hear a
she
male
doesn't remember-
voice.
Even more so, if it's not the different
But if she
time, what if
doesn't
it's just a
remember-
different timeline?
Plain.
I don't care. I
Different
want to
timeline.
stop messing with time right now. This is weird.
And then you hear a male voice.
All
My
of the
dear,
times
who
that
are
they've
you
gone back
speaking
and
to?
that they've pulled somebody, they've fractured.
And you watch
time.
as Lord Silverhand steps into the chamber. Who are these
What?
people?
What year is this?
What do you mean, what year?
What
That's
I said.
exactly, Yep.
It is 2832.
And out of character, what year are we?
What year are we
from?
You guys are 355 post Rift.
And what year was it when the Rift War happened?
It's during this year that he just mentioned.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh.
We
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
We're kind of confused like you are, so we're hopping through time currently, and we don't know what's causing it. Well,
that cannot be done.
It's happening to us.
Lady Silverhand really wanted us to be here. She just doesn't know it. Her future self.
I think it was a different Lady Silverhand. The doors
Well, and
weren't
as you
finished.
stand here looking at the completed doors, the astral lathe is not here. There's freshly packed crates and boxes. It looks like more of a busy kind of typical basement dwelling. Well, I don't know who you are, but you probably better head for the safety of wherever you can find. Things are not going well. My dear, please come with us.
The Rift War, no, that's going to be terrible. We already know what's going to happen. It's going to suck.
Can we?
What do you mean? What is a rift war, young man? I don't understand what you mean.
Well, the weave gets dead.
It's what's going to happen. Yeah.
You watch as the two of them like, how do you know this?
Because
we just only learned about it yesterday. How could you?
Because we're from the future.
All of you give me persuasion rolls as a group, and we'll
I just
see
look
how
confused.
I'm confused.
Oh, I crit. Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Each time, Valev is just looking to each person that's talking, nodding and like squinting his eyes, trying to process what they're saying.
I got a 17.
Okay, I got a 22.
I rolled shitty.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Surprisingly good.
Okay. Kai, you
I crit for a 22.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo, you still awake? Nope, he's asleep. So as a group, I'd say you did pretty good.
Wait, I can roll for Apollo.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know what his bonus is, but I rolled an 8.
8?
I'll look for his bonus.
Okay. I mean, as long as your average is above a 15, which even with Apollo's crappy roll, you'd be okay there. The two of them look at each other, and then you also notice for the first time that there is no gem in her eye socket.
Oh.
So this is further back. Okay, now I'm
further back.
It's
I thought you said the doors
timeline.
are finished. Not
the doors are finished.
It's a different timeline. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what I said.
Okay, then what happened to the one we were talking to? She said there was something inside that thing, and then she just disappeared. So did she get sucked
Look
in
back
there?
in the box.
I think she's
I'm
the
gonna look in
thing
the box.
inside of that thing. And now we can,
As you quickly run over to the box and peel the lid off, there's a piece of the astral lathe inside of it. You kind of lift the lid off of another box, and there's a series of component stones, and you see a familiar blue gemstone in there.
She could tell us what does this do? What does the astral lathe do?
Don't touch those things. They're very delicate.
No, I pulled up the refraction cube. I was looking in the refraction cube, not her.
Oh,
yeah. Because
you don't have it. Gulshaw has the refraction cube.
I know it's in his hands. She looked into it. I figured I can look into it.
It's not in his hands.
Oh, where is it?
Oh crap.
Okay.
Gulshaw, where's the refraction cube?
I don't know. Did it disappear?
Is it gone?
When she looked into it,
It hasn't been made yet, so maybe it doesn't exist.
Right alongside you, there's a flash of light, and you see all of you. And you see Gulshaw holding the refraction cube and now staring at all of you. And alongside, you see another version of Lady Silverhand with a gem in her
eyeball.
In her eye.
Okay, I get what's going on now. This is just a repeating event. So we were there before, now we're here. And then the same thing's going to happen.
She turns to look at your copies and goes, "Now, do it now." You watch as Gulshaw leaps into the middle of everything. He utters something in the refraction cube. Everything goes swirls and bright explosion of light. And you're back in the basement again, but this time that was close. And you watch as Lady Silverhand walks away. I'm sorry. I thought I had mastered the way to hold on to your essence, and I lost you. I was the one that you activated earlier. Please.
Okay, how many of us are doing this at once?
All of us.
Unfortunately, the possibilities are infinite.
Let me
I
ask
just
you
want to know which
something.
one I am.
This
You're
murky
you.
creature, he's playing with your astral lathe in our time. What can he do with that?
He
What
cannot
does it do?
activate it without the gem. And if it's true in your time that the Arcane Weave is dead, it won't work at all without the Arcane Weave restored.
He has a flower.
That's why he took the weave flower.
Yes.
If they have figured out how to restore the weave, they will come for that gem. That gem is the key to the realignment of the lathe. And once the lathe is realigned, normal time will be restored.
How do I get it out of the dragon skull in the top of your, dragon hand
Dragon's
in the top of your tower?
Claw.
Remove the components, dear. That will cause the hand to reopen, and you can retrieve the stone.
Thank you.
Good to know.
Um,
Thank you very much.
all of you give me insight checks really quick.
We're talking to Myrtle. No.
Probably.
It seems like this is a different one because
Perception?
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah, because insight starts with a P.
Damn, I've been
Yeah,
getting.
that's what we do.
I had got a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Okay.
26.
I'm gonna flash
26.
of genius myself
I
and
got a
get a
26.
19.
Valev, as everybody else seems relieved that things are understandable, you pick up on a nervous twitch in the response to there's something she's holding back. And she's purposely
Detect
holding it
thoughts.
back.
Detect thoughts. I don't have that spell.
All
You
you
know, I'm
need
like,
to tell
what
us
spells do? Nope.
I have proficiency in persuasion, so
Because we went back in time, would that be considered a long rest? Okay, let me check that out.
Amazing.
You don't understand it even, DM. Ha ha! Everyone give yourself a long rest, because I said so. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but you do get a D8 inspiration because that's funny as fuck.
Okay, I'll take
We
it.
didn't sleep while we were awake.
All right. So,
I'll go over to Gulshaw and let him know what I picked up.
You guys hear Valev kind of utter under his voice to Gulshaw, she's holding something back.
my lady, we need your help desperately. What are you holding back? You have to tell us.
She just kind of sighs. All of this is my fault.
Well, I mean, we kind of
Well,
had a hand in
it doesn't
in
matter
the back,
now.
too.
No, all of this is my fault. Philip,
How?
the rifts.
Is
all of
Philip
it.
your son? Sorry.
I opened a door I can't close. And this door seems to consume all of my efforts to try to close it.
the
Philip
devourer of worlds.
came through. And to your young friend's point, the creature that approaches, that has already consumed all of Waterdeep, now comes here. It seeks the Academy of Knowing. I am in the process of trying to save it.
And it's
Send it somewhere else where it cannot get it.
Can you control that? And I'll pull out my map real quick. Here, Send it here. This is where it is 300 years in the future.
You watch as she stares at you intently. I've already found a safe place to send it. Deep in the abandoned mines up in the Worn Tooth. I'm sure it will be safe there.
Oh yeah, that's
That
where
sounds
we found
about
it.
right.
No.
It's
Derek, give me a
Not
persuasion
as
check.
secure now.
Sorry, going back to my old
persuasion.
things here.
That's where it was sent, right? That's where.
Yeah, that's where it is.
That
Yes,
is a
in its
19.
mouth.
Why would I send it in that spot instead? What do you know?
Well, that's where it's at. But we do find there was a room in the Worn Tooth Mountains, like a piece of it, like it kind of got broken up or something.
Then my spell fails. The Academy is lost, and they win.
They
That's
haven't
what we're
won
trying to
yet.
prevent them winning.
Yeah, we're trying to stop them from winning.
We have
But
a
how
chance.
can you? They've already won. That doesn't make sense.
What happens in your world is the weave is shattered. The Titan and the beast that has tentacles is
The World Eater.
trapped in the ground. They released them in our time. Merkel is using them against us.
By
The
the
lead
gods.
that's almost like a giant flask.
What of the wizards? What of the red wizards of Thay?
They all got turned into like elemental creatures and statues and
And they just
they-
came.
They've
masks,
just reformed
and they
themselves.
Just reformed
them.
themselves.
It took 300 years.
They collapsed the weave to protect the world from dying. But yet, I have another chance. You're here because I have another chance. That must be what I've been working on. And then you hear, well, of course it's what you're working on. You watch as another version of Lady Silverhand comes into existence.
Oh God, this is making my brain hurt.
And then you watch as another one, and then another one, and then another one. And they're all now speaking in unison. This is the missing timeline. This is the one chance we have to undo our catastrophe. And they kind of like speak and swirl. And the one she's holding onto her head, she goes, I will send you back.
What do we do?
When you get back,
Yeah, how can we
whoever
help?
is in the tower and whoever is in the residence, get them out of there. And do it as quickly as you can. I can only control this for so long.
Ooh, this gonna
Okay.
suck. All right.
Wolvert's not going to be happy with me.
No, he's not.
No.
Tamlin's
Lord
gonna
Silverhand's not
No.
dead.
And then you
No,
watch
good.
as she just plunges her face into the sphere that Gulsha is holding. And you guys are back in the basement, the familiar basement. The glow kind of fades. You see Vert and Tamlin standing there staring at you. When were you gone? You'd been gone for
Run.
hours.
Run!
Everybody out!
And they
go
start
shop.
running.
Go shop. Go get the gem. Go shop. Go
I'll
get the
jump
gem.
on my carpet and go over to the house and tell everybody to
No,
get
Go
out.
get the gem.
Oh, I'll get that in a minute. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I guess we
Go
should,
get the
huh?
gem.
Yeah, so you
All
go
right.
and retrieve the gem.
Yeah, go get
Everybody's
the
like
gem right
ushering.
now.
Yeah,
Everyone out,
everybody's
everyone
ushering
out.
out.
Run,
Tamlin and
everybody.
Vert run to yell for the guard. And
Out.
for the next 10 minutes, it's chaos as people are running in different directions. And then all of you are pushed to the very perimeter of the residential estate looking back. And there's just this kind of calm silence. Nothing happens. And finally, Vert and Tamlin kind of lean in. And
This way.
Tamlin goes, was there something that's just this huge arcane explosion that just blinds everybody, and this intense heat kind of coursing outward as a 4-story Academy building appears. Everything underneath it crushed into oblivion, and all of you are just kind of staring at these massive spires coming off of it.
Time travel.
Wow.
Ta-da!
I think you got an upgrade.
Look what we did.
Vert and Tamlin are like,
We
I
made
think-
an asshole.
I think it's an upgrade, right?
Tamlin like looks at
Yeah.
all of you and then looks at Vert. This is the Astral Academy. It's Lady Silverhand's pride and joy. She, according
Sent
to the
it
archives, she had sent it somewhere safe. I had been studying the scribe's notes, the fractured room that you found. I thought that this was buried deep in the mountain range.
Well,
How?
okay, so I think I figured
Where
out what
did-
happened. At some point, Lady Silverhand tried to transport this tower somewhere, but it failed and got broken up. So instead, a past version has decided to send this tower here now. Does
But
that
that
make
would-
sense?
And make it big and protectable.
But I don't think the time works that way. The
I
other...
think she sent it here initially, Derek. I don't think she sent it somewhere else.
Oh, so
No.
it just got here.
It's just we
Yeah.
were taught before
Okay.
time cemented itself. We made it here just in time to get everyone out before everything changed around them.
Then what was all that other stuff we found?
Other
So-
timelines.
Then we can go into there and
Well, time
Another
doesn't work
timeline,
that
yeah.
way. The stuff is still there. The original mistake can never be undone. This has given us the opportunity to possibly, my God, the lathe. You watch as
Well, where are we
Tamlin
going?
goes
Let's go
running
inside.
we go
towards the
running in
gated
there because we
entrance.
know the lathe's in there.
Yeah, and all of you kind of follow Tamlin
Mm-hmm.
and into the bottom space, and it's just an empty chasm of an entry chamber. You can see great stairs kind of like coiling up and deep up into different towers and parapets. You see
Sorry
a
about your
single
other
set of
tower.
you see a single set of stairs leading up to a platform-like chamber, and all of you begin to kind of like march your way up those center stairs as Tamlin is breathing heavy and bursts through these two oaken doors.
I'm on Ghost because I don't want to run.
Fair enough. And as the doors open, poof, there you see the two candelabras in the corner of the room, in the very center of the room, the now active and swirling astral lathe. You could see the sand table behind it, the round table that you remember seeing before. You could also see perched on,
The owl.
yeah, the owl is sitting there as well.
We should put that gem back in the bag of holding so that it's less scryable.
Safe. Yeah.
All right. Max told me he knows where the flower is. So if we can get the flower,
And then we have the
get
lathe.
it back
And we
here.
have the gem. And then we can bring back the weave.
All right.
Yes.
So it's a race against time to stop the bad guys from fixing the weave and using the lathe before we do.
Well, they can't use the lathe without the gem.
And that means we have a big fat target on us. But then
Yes, we
again,
do.
we have the entire
Mhm.
time.
Tamlin
All
looks
right.
at all of you. I don't know what you have done, but this is hope. This is something that we can use to defend ourselves.
Nobody got squished, right?
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, just
think we got
looking
everyone out.
around
I
was
got
not going
Blaze
to
out.
tell you that.
I
But
know.
you see a pair of like red and white
With
hose and
Flippers,
feet.
with little
Shoes underneath.
flippers
Yeah,
that are
right.
like red with
They start-
shiny. Oh, I grabbed the shoes and then the feet
my
curl
pretty.
up.
All right.
Okay.
Apollo.
Are you
Hey,
he
awake,
must have,
Apollo?
he must have woke up.
Apollo's the way.
As you guys sit there listening to Tamlin go on and on about how he's been studying what she was trying to do. And now that you have access to the equipment that she was using, there's still that missing piece of the puzzle, how to restore the weave. If the embodiment flower was gifted as a way to potentially bring back the weave, that means there's a source to that embodiment flower. Something is still here. Something is still manipulating things to try to undo what is done. What felt like minutes to you, you guys begin to realize you've been gone for hours. The sun is already set. It's deep into the lateness of night. And then, Valev, you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Scorch.
Valev, are you there?
Scorch? Is that really you?
It is really me. Holy shit. Max is a interesting person.
What happened?
He seems to have mastered something he calls chrono magic. He undid my death.
Okay. Yeah. We're just not going to talk about you fighting a Titan. Okay.
Well, exploding in front of one is hardly fighting one, don't you think?
It's a strategy, you know. It's one way to do it.
It was the best I could do at the time.
I guess Scorch can help the main army with their distraction.
Valev, me and Max
guys,
are going to go do something.
Just
me and Max are going to go do something really stupid.
Can I go? Can I go? That sounds like fun. I want to.
I think your path lies somewhere else, my friend. But it's going to be cool if it works. I promise you that. It's going to be epic.
What's Scorch saying?
Oh, no.
So
I think I know what he's going to do.
I tell him all of the things that I'm just translating or relaying back and forth. Like I'm talking on the phone and just like say the things that they just said and then go back to the conversation.
That's about accurate. The latency.
I wish I could just put you on speakerphone.
I understand, Valev. It's nice to have a second chance. Stay with your friends. Believe it or not, they're coming for us now. They know what you've done.
Yeah.
I can see it from here, my friend. The Academy. Max is, even now, Max is whispering into my ear. Do you remember, I know Max, but I got it. Do you remember that hole in the ground where we think the first Titan came from?
Yeah. With the big handprint.
Yeah. Well, there's more than one.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
You gonna go blow up again?
No. Max thinks he can become one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, put your mask on a different Titan. Yeah, baby.
Oh.
He said it's about the closest thing he'll ever become to becoming a god.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, it does, but it sounds really fucking cool.
Stupidly awesome.
And the connection breaks and then reestablishes. I'll let you know how it goes. Keep your eye to the north.
Oh, yeah.
And as that connection breaks, all six of you hear horns bellowing out in the compounds of the exterior of this now newly arrived academy. And you hear heavy plate-mailed boots come running in. Where are you? Where have you all gone?
Up here.
And you hear heavy boots go up the wooden stairs. Breathing heavy. Brackus is there. He kind of leans in on his knees. Holy shit. I had to see it with my own eyes. Did you guys just summon a building? Is that a new skill you've learned?
Kind
yes
of.
and no.
Yes,
Yes and no.
Technically, this was always going to be here at some point or another.
At some...
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Neither do we.
They're coming. All of them.
Hold out as long as you can.
We need to get to Mudknocker.
No, we don't have to get to Mudknocker.
Well, ask Max where the flower is.
We'll have to find out. Max said he knew where the flower was.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sending, and I'm gonna ask.
He
Max
went up
where the
a
flower is.
scorch, so.
Yeah. No, remember the flowers. I know where it's at. It's
Out of character knowledge.
no, not out of character knowledge. I shared this with everybody.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Where's the flower?
It's with the Merkles in the chamber that we were in when we first, one of the sealed chambers in the mines that we didn't go into, but we had access, but we can gain access to if we go back through the Worn-Tooth Mountain pass.
Okay.
Right.
That's why we were planning on going. That's why we need to go to Mudknocker so we can get to the Worn-Tooth Mountain to get back
Gotcha.
to. That way we don't have to dredge through that army that's coming our way.
All right.
I'm gonna sleep while I'm on the back of Ghost.
I already got everything prepped and ready for us, so we just have to go down to the fort and then we can head out.
Well, let's
Okay.
do that then.
Let's go.
As all of you head out of the academy, the city is chaos.
Yep.
It's a swirl of armed individuals and families disappearing either into defensive bulwarks or buildings. The great rifle regiments are already forming out in the field. You can already see your breath. The cold is immeasurable. The shadow casting from the far north is extensive as this great maelstrom of darkness is just billowing outwards from the very far depths of the edge of the forest, which extend deeper by days into the range of the Worn-Tooth Mountains. You can see as living trees begin to wither and crack under the frost. Faster you run towards Fort Chimera, Trag is already out in front in the fairgrounds. All the goats lined up, everything's packed and ready to go. A very shivering Lord Silverhand comes out, heavy fur. Looks like it's going to be an early winter, huh?
Hold out as long as you can.
We will do our best.
I'm gonna deposit the purple worm in, like, I don't know, the main
the middle of
somewhere. Yeah. I don't want to.
Just
like a giant
300 yards that turd shoots out. Oh, there you go.
It's like one of those-
Out of this little thing.
It's like one of those 4th of July snakes.
Yeah. Like the can that you open.
It's got gentle repose on it, so it won't decay for like 10 days.
You give us the most interesting gifts, Arena. Thank you, I think.
Sorry, guys.
We'll make use of it somehow.
Yes, please.
I cast Raise Dead on it. I mean, it's under your control now. Animate dead.
Oh my god. Can I do that? Will it work on it? No, because it
has
says
to be
on
a
a medium
humanoid.
or a small humanoid.
Yeah.
And this is gargantuan.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, can I like invoke the power of Ball and cast Animate Dead on this purple worm?
As the thought comes to your mind,
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
there's a moment of silence around you. And that familiar psychic connection made with something far off.
Mm-hmm.
The circlet on your forehead kind of pulses for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as the great beast twitches. You watch as its carcass begins to boil and roil. It kind of tears itself apart. And the inner cartilage and bone of this creature begins to pull itself out of the skin and meat and wounded portion of itself. The entrails spilling out as this skeletal creature kind of coils up and around in on itself. The crowd of people in terror running off in different directions. Your friends grabbing weapons, looking at the creature. And then just the gentle, dark voice in your ear. It is yours. It's the least I can do, considering what's about to happen.
Oh, dear. Thank you.
I look forward to meeting you. And you watch as the voice kind of drifts away from your ear. You begin to realize that everybody standing around you is looking at this great beast coiled like it's just sitting there waiting expectantly.
Guys, that's mine.
Trag looks at it and goes, by the gods, what have you become?
Really
I
powerful.
don't know.
Well, for now, just be glad she's on our side.
For now.
You watch as Silverhand chuckles at Derek's statement. Yeah, our side. I'm certainly glad. Can you tell it to help us?
Yes. I'm gonna, I don't know, gesture to the purple worm. Hey, come on over here.
It ripples over the ground. Its bony protrusions scraping up great gouts of earth as it comes over by you. Its disembodied thorny maw is strange without all the flesh and skin, and where the orbs of the eyes should be, there's just a vacant glow of green. It just hovers nearby where you are.
Well, hi.
Just rattles and twists in the wind. Its huge form hovering over the six of you. Actually, all of you. The crowd's now gathering, are gawking at this creature.
So
I'm gonna poke it.
Kind of rattles away from you.
I'm gonna pet it.
Another petting zoo animal.
Hey,
As
Ghost.
hideous as it is.
Ghost, he's scary too.
Lord Silverhand, we have many wild beasts at our command. Please use them as you will.
Well, this one's going with us.
If they be slaughtered, it would be okay.
How fat? Okay, purple
There's
worm
mastodons
right?
and
Wait, purple
huge
worms
animals
move
at our
fast, right?
compound. Please use them.
I can't hear you over Gulshaz wanting to kill everything that's a pet.
They already took my Oliphant.
Dudley Ghost, go with Lord
He stays
Silverhand.
alone.
No, they already took my
Gulshad's basically adorned with all the bullshit that his gods have given him this entire time.
Arena, you hear a
Like,
familiar
untouchable.
voice in your head.
And he
as
has the
Ghost,
problem with us collecting animals.
as Ghost's voice kind of echoes inside your head. Why would you take that with us?
Yeah.
Well, where else can I send it?
We should leave
Tell
it
it to
here.
fetch.
Let it protect
Tell it to
everyone.
fetch. I don't know if it will continue if it's that far away from you guys.
Well,
Oh,
I don't
Have
know.
it defend the city and let's get out of here.
that's fair.
Okay, Mr. Worm, I'm putting you back in the necklace. And I put him back in the necklace.
All right.
He is a dead object.
Yep.
All right.
It doesn't need to breathe either. So.
Oh, there's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Good. It can handle the worms we're going to run into when the time comes.
I can actually handle those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True. Maybe. I mean, they were Beloy's toys.
So we take off. I'm getting on whatever we're going to ride.
Yeah.
The
petting zoo are we going to ride into with this?
I
Trag
was
about
purple worm skeleton.
As I put the purple worm back in the necklace, Valev falls out of the sky.
You guys are gonna love me after.
Climbed onto its back.
You guys are gonna love me after tonight. You're just gonna love me.
Oh no, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah,
had Gulshaw not seen that claw on the top of the tower, this whole thing would have gone a totally different direction.
Yep.
Totally different direction.
Yeah.
It turns out that the retrieval of the academy was a
forever.
The retrieval of the academy was a milestone.
What?
Shit.
So it was either retrieval of the academy or getting access to the astral lathe within the fragment of the academy. Those were both milestones. I was expecting you to milestone once you got into the Worn Tooth. So you guys get to level up again. Holy
17,
shit,
baby.
that was cool.
I get access to 5th level spells.
And we'll say your travels through the night to the edge of the swamp.
Before that, I do pick up my armor because we're right next to
yes,
the Chimera.
I'll say you guys, gather up all your equipment, your armor, and everything that you need.
I need that piston plate armor. So.
Holy shit, you guys did the time slip. That was fucking cool.
Does the armory have a better mace, or am I?
That was awesome.
Basic mace.
You're pretty much shit out of luck. I mean, most of the equipment's been gone through, handed out. I mean,
it's okay. I don't really snack things that much.
I will give you.
What weapons are you able to use?
The shield of the elementals.
Because
we have you the hammer of making.
Hammers.
Can you use those?
Gul Shah is just rife with all of his religious objects.
Yeah, he's got all
religious ball objects that I can use.
Well, I'll give you the shield of elementals.
Can't you shield all of them? Can't you use the book as a focus and then the hammer as your weapon and the shield?
Yeah, you can use the book too. I'll give you the book too.
Seems like all of them
kind of fit you.
So we'll say your travels to the edge of the swamp is how you guys are sorting all this out, but you're also going to use this as an opportunity to take a long rest because we have to get you caught up for your previous milestone as you also hit this milestone. So you are, this is what you're going to do on your way there. You're sorting out your equipment. You're taking your long rest. You're talking about, the approach and how you're going to make your way into the lower warrens of the fire giant warrens and eventually back up into the mining area where all the mines are located, the Jasper mines. Yeah, that was... I mean, there was one other outcome with the time travel that could have ended the whole game tonight, and it didn't.
Where we all die or where we can't come back?
There was another outcome, but it didn't happen.
A bad one?
So.
A bad outcome?
No, I think just a rather unique one. I'm glad it didn't happen because I'd rather it play out where you take on the avatars, but it almost happened.
Shit.
It almost happened. Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Woo. So can you make the creature the undead worm for me?
Mm-hmm. It's basically everything that a purple worm can do, the stats of a purple worm. Mm-hmm. The only exception is that instead of poison, it does necrotic damage. Okay. Just like pure, there's one little flavor I'm going to give it, that anyone that's killed by it becomes an undead creature under your control.
Oh, sweet. All right. Daddy-like.
But that's to be
we can keep that.
It has to be medium or small size for you to be able to control it.
Okay. Is he still gargantuan?
He's still gargantuan, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to change him. Oh, wait.
Crazy. God, I'm glad I went up high to contemplate things out of the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of the way of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming
We've
down
all
to the
had
wire.
it. We've all got our cool stuff. Yeah. We just need to get to that entrance and then make our way up the Worn Tooth Mountains.
With Trag guiding all of you, you wake up to a sunset that is uniquely interesting. You can see now that you're on the near edge of the swamp and the eventual access to the area known as Mudknocker. On the other side of that swamp is the Pim Ruins, as well as the beginning tendrils of the base of the Worn Tooth Mountains. The black cloud that's been extending out is now, you can see where it's focused from. The volcano is in full eruption. You can see where part of it has blown off and great heaps of ash and black smoke and stone and pumice just rain out in the direction of Whist. But every time it kind of erupts, you can almost see like creatures erupting with it up into the air. There's almost like this weird shrieking noise as the clouds roll off into the distance.
Damn.
And for the first time in your life, Kai, as you stare at this, there's a strange sensation. A familiar thing that you've always read about. And for the first time ever, you open your hand and you cast the only arcane spell that you know. As you come to the realization, the weave is restored.
Uh-oh.
And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Damn it.
They restored the weave.
Fuck! We could have just stayed there! No!
Oh my God.
Well, we still need to deal with the astrolabe and monster making stuff.
Yeah, but still, we just fight it out now. We can just get back and put the little gem on there and fix everything. And
they already have the gem. Like they already have everything. We got duplicates of everything.
Fuck.
Well, they don't have the blue gem.
They don't have the blue gem.
Oh,
They don't have a blue gem. We got that.
The appearance of that academy was because you affected a separate timeline, but that timeline has inserted itself into yours. So the fractured of the other academy is still over there. That doesn't disappear.
So they've restored.
Because what happens when you go back and influence the past. You're merely inserting a new version of a past into your pre-existing future. So things don't cancel each other out.
That's why we
past is still the past and the future is still the future.
That's why Max couldn't see into our future because we didn't have one yet because we hadn't gone back to the past yet.
Correct. That's exactly why. So exactly why all he saw was a recovered world.
Yeah, but don't
no
see
sign of any of you.
Right.
Right.
So
he was just seeing the past that we traveled to.
If they've restored the weave,
maybe he was seeing something that was just absent of you.
Then we just have to put the gem in the
because Max has become a master of chrono magic. And it's the use of the chrono magic and what he's going to attempt with one of the Titans that's going to determine that particular outcome. But there are other things coming towards you, both good and bad.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So start looking at what that means to be that level, because there's really only one other possible milestone for all of you before the final conclusion. But it depends on the choice that you're going to make on your way into the Worn Tooth Mountains and making your way into the old Jasper mining section. There's one other milestone that may be available, but it'll depend on your choices.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting close, folks.
I want to be level 20 because I want to have wings.
I don't think we're going to hit 20.
No.
No, I definitely don't think you're going to hit 20.
All right.
No.
I mean, we could side
First
quest.
level thief.
we can go grind on some Torkins.
We got a long rest, right?
We're gonna go ahead and head to Candle Keep right now.
We got a long rest.
Yeah, go ahead and take off a long rest. You've sorted out your equipment.
I rolled my hit points.
Roll your hit points.
Gulshot, if you could email me or just.
That's all I know about them. I don't know anything those things do.
All right, what is it again?
The Book of Ione.
Yeah, because he never really took the time out to identify him. He just took possession of them and kept them.
Kai didn't identify them?
Shield of Elementals and the Hammer of Making.
So the tome is the only thing that's not been identified because of its arcane nature. The Shield of Elemental is a existence of religious fervor and defense, and the Hammer of Making has something to do with the reforging of the world. And these three things mean something, but the weave was always dead. So the understanding of the Tome of Ioun has never been understood because you can't identify a dead arcane relic.
So I will get to.
Well, now we can.
The weave's restored.
Weave's restored. Okay. We'll look at those.
Who out of all of us is capable of utilizing all three?
And on that note, folks, thank you for coming out tonight.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, we are getting close to wrapping this one up.
Yeah.
Holy buckets.
You can use
and
all
this
three,
campaign
right?
has gone through 3 reboots. So it's been interesting to say the least.
Technically, yes.
And a lot of character changes.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, it's been a fun campaign because I love Faerun and I like the idea. Now, had the other campaigns kept playing, the whole time thing would have been more interesting. But because those campaigns never finished, I didn't really have a way to tie in some of the other stuff. So, hey, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks to Chaotic Neutral Chickadee for having a cool name. Thanks to Burnt Coin and Hard Knock Dice for rating us. We really appreciate it. It's tough when you're on the West Coast and you're the only one awake this late at night. And as much as I'd like to raid some of the folks I follow, no one's on. So, because everywhere else it's, midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So,
yeah, all the ones I follow are offline too.
Yeah. So, but hey, I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 more sessions and we might get there. Whether or not we get there this year or it's our first finale of 2022, we'll have to see. But hey, everything you need to know about us is down below. Join our Discord. We're giving away a bunch of cool stuff tomorrow. It's our monthly giveaway, and the only way we can give it away is if you're a member of our Discord. If you can't afford it, please sub. Otherwise, follow, hang out with us. We have games every night of the week, pretty much. Although some of that schedule will be updated shortly. We are taking a little bit of a break for our Saturday schedule this weekend. So feel free to get caught up on some of our past issues or sessions. We also curate all this on our YouTube. So you can head on over to our YouTube link and see all of our past episodes. Or if you prefer, you could go to our Anchor link or our podcast link. And if you're like me, sometimes you're working and writing and you just want to have some storytelling going on behind you as you work. Feel free. We're on Podbean and Anchor and Spotify and all the different podcasts that are out there. But hey, thanks for everyone for coming out. It was a lot of fun tonight. And we will see everybody next Monday. Oh, and stay safe, be kind, play a game. It's important. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ooh, I get mass heal.
Bye.
Oh yeah, what spells do I get? I know it's like 17's like a dead level. Like you don't really get anything for it.
It is for me too. I just got a 5th level spell slot though. I had only one 5th level spell before now, but now I can raise.
Ooh, I get 1 5th level spell. Ooh, Daddy likey.
I got 9th level spells, and I got mass heal.
That single 6th levels.
You can cast your 2nd level smite spell at 5th level, which will give you, I think it's 5 it gives you 5 dice on that, and then you can cast your Divine Smite at 4th level, giving you 5d8. So in total you can roll those 10 die on
Oh my god, they got
one attack.
they got a banishing smite.
Nice.
Yeah.